always forget.
Okay.
Hello! Welcome to the stream. Welcome back to Ace Attorney in Real Time, the series where we play every Ace Attorney case on the days that they happen. Today is July 10th, which means it's time for the last trial, I believe the last trial of Turnabout Serenade, everyone's favorite case. The best case that didn't make us so mad last time. Oh wait,
oh god, we haven't even gotten to the magic trick yet. That'll be today. Oh boy.
Oh good.
Oh boy.
Oh goody.
We made our parents play this game. All of the this game, the game that we're playing, the trilogy. And yeah, Mom got really mad at the magic trick thing.
I don't remember that.
You don't?
No. I need to reload Twitch so I can actually... There we go. Oh. Okay.
Okay, let's get on with it because I want to take this hoodie off. Game selection. Oh, game select. Game select.
Fine.
Look, it does cool. Look at it.
I need to roll my sleeves up. July 10th. 9:49 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Well, this is it. Today's the day it all goes down. And then there was yesterday.
This meeting is over. Sorry.
Just give us 5 more minutes. We can call them back after that.
Sorry, no go. Come on, piano boy, we're leaving.
Darian, wait!
I never liked you. Either of you.
Huh? Asshole!
Darn it, we were so close. He was about to tell us. Hey, Apollo.
He didn't want us to hear what Machi had to say. And he was mean to me. And I think I know why. Time to bring down a little justice. Ah! What was that?
He is heard but unseen.
Who's that talking?
Ha ha ha!
Valid grammary! I exclaimed as he walked in through the door, normally.
You aren't the witness today, are you, Uncle Valent?
Ah ha 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 ha! A preposterous proposition! How could I stand upon the stand? Why, my secrets would be free for the plucking! I might even have to sign autographs. That is why I intend to remain hidden for the entire day.
Ooh, with vanishing magic?
Indeed, I will jump upon an express train and express myself to the next town over. But before I go, a word of warning.
Warning? What?
A grand grammary glamour resides at the root of all that has happened. Do not forget this truth.
A glamour?
A spell, a sorcery, a great illusion. Miss Trucy, though it pains me to part so, I need to get in line for a ticket. Farewell.
Okay.
And there it goes.
You sure seemed happy about that illusion thing. You guys he's like fleeing.
Oh, big illusions are the bread and butter of a magician. You can't pull off a show without one. The big illusion is always a spectacle to remember. Usually it involves cutting up things, like people, or elephant ears, or the Eiffel Tower. Anything, really.
So he was talking about what we saw at the concert.
Lambhoy's disappearing act.
And Prosecutor Gavin's exploding guitar.
I wonder what he meant by it being at the root of all that has happened.
Well, it's about time. Shall we go?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes?
The scheduled starting time for the trial has been changed. The trial will not be commencing until 10:30 a.m. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Huh? Did something happen? This is a first.
It was by the judge's request. Some urgent personal business.
Great. I bet he stayed up too late last night watching courtroom dramas.
Apparently he's visiting the hospital again.
The hospital?
I believe it was mentioned that the Chief Justice's son is unwell. Apparently his condition worsened considerably this morning.
Oh, the Chief Justice's son.
Oh, that's right. Remember yesterday morning? The judge said he had to go visit him after the trial.
There's an article about it in the newspaper. If you care to read about it yourself.
Chief Justice's son who was inflicted with incuritis? Incuritis? Where have I heard that before?
I'll let you read that article for us, Apollo. Just leave the TV guide page to me.
Try not to lose the page with the funnies if you can. How old am I?
22.
Young people call it the funnies?
No. I have...
Well,
Again? Okay.
You thought he was there? I thought you were. Well, you thought he was there. I thought you thought that because of you knew that, and not because you assumed that.
I thought I knew.
I get that.
Ahem, my apologies for the delay. Court is now in session for the trial of... how do I say this name again?
Machito Baye, our suspect fortissimo.
Right, it is his trial in any case.
Yep.
That one that you said.
The defense is prepared, Your Honor. Why every time I play, I gotta burp so many times? The prosecution is ready to rock. Is something wrong, Your Honor?
No. Well, yes. It's just I've been friends with the Chief Justice since we were students. It pains me to see him going through such a difficult time.
Incuritis, was it? That article said there is no known cure.
Herr Judge, let me say, with all honesty, I feel your pain. But now is not the time for tears. Now is the time for law.
Indeed. We left off at quite the juncture yesterday. I asked Interpol about that number. IPXX 314206. The agent registered under this number was Romain Latouche. Thanks for looking into that for us, Detective Crescent. It's a great help. Oh, no problem at all, Your Honor. I'll be heading out.
Hold it! Hold it! Wait! That voice just now. It was him. I am sure of it.
It was him?
That voice I heard talking to Mr. Latouche when I heard the gunshots fired. It was him. It was Mr. Darian.
No way!
Quite a sensational ending. Who would have thought Darian would guest star in the season cliffhanger? As a suspect?
I asked the prosecution to look into this matter. Please tell the court your findings.
Darian Crescent is a member of my band, the Governors. He is also a detective, making the current charges serious indeed. Yet, after investigation, I have found no cause to alter our case, or file new charges. And your reason is? Weren't you aware, Herr Forehead? He has an impeccable alibi.
An alibi?
Let us review the facts again, shall we? The concert held on the night of the shooting was in 3 sets. The Governors ripped up the stage during the first set. For the second set, our guest took center stage. The only performers appearing were myself, Lemroy, and Machi, along with a drummer and bassist for a total of 5. The shooting in the dressing room, however, took place during the third set. Lemroy and the defendant, Machi Tobaya, had left the stage at that point. And the Governors were already rocking. This is when 2 shots rang out at the scene of the crime. Shots heard by Detective Emma Skye, mind you.
And Apollo, you heard them too, right?
I sure did. Furthermore, Lemroy herself witnessed the moment of the crime. Well, perhaps I should say she heard the moment of the crime. when she claims to have heard Mr. Latouche and Detective Crescent talking.
But that's impossible. Detective Crescent was...
Precisely. Detective Crescent was on stage getting his groove on, no less. Voila. A perfect alibi.
Does the defense have anything to add to this?
It's true. When I heard those gunshots, he must have been on stage. Still, there's something here that doesn't quite add up.
It appears the defense has no objections. I believe we can safely say that Darian Crescent's alibi has been acknowledged.
Which means that Lamroy was sadly mistaken. Her testimony cannot be true.
Very well. Of course, if we disregard her testimony, then I see no evidence keeping us from declaring a verdict. If indeed there are no objections.
Uh-oh, Apollo! If he declares a verdict now...
Ah! But Prosecutor Gavin's case is airtight! Lamroy might have been lying to protect Machi.
Okay, but he's
How can I
still
rely on her
baby.
testimony? Wait, what about yesterday in the detention center? About the case. What about the case? He wants to tell us about Mr. Latouche's death?
I think this meeting's over.
Darian!
Machi was trying to tell us something. I know it. Maybe the best thing to do is ask him. Under oath.
Very well, the court finds the defendant. What's his name again?
Oh my god. Your Honor!
No, that wasn't it. It was something like Marquis or Mr. Justice.
Your Honor, before you declare a verdict, I would like to call another witness. Exactly who else do you need to hear from? A witness who, until now, has not been given a chance to speak in this court. Because he doesn't speak English. You don't mean... I do! The defense calls defendant Machi Tobaya to the stand.
What? But he doesn't speak English.
We'll use an interpreter!
Yeah!
Interpreter? I'm afraid you'll have to look elsewhere. I only speak a few phrases, such as, I love you, and where is the toilet, and,
You translated so much that Lamourai said yesterday. What the fuck are you talking about?
I was mostly guessing. The defense would like to request Lamourai as the interpreter.
Or maybe we hire someone who's not involved with the case. What the fuck? Lamourai? But there's a possibility she's protecting the defendant.
Yeah! But she'd be interpreting for the defendant. Why would she lie?
This is most unusual.
Bravo, Air Forehead. Herr Judge, the prosecution agrees with the defense's request. If Lamroy lies, I'll be able to tell. Even my limited knowledge of the language should be enough for that.
Well, if both prosecution and defense are for this, I see little cause for refusal.
Finally, some progress.
Bailiff, please show the defendant and Lamourai to the witness stand. I gotta go get water first.
All right.
I have a headache.
You already have a headache? Well, I guess I don't know that that's not already. It's not normal to have a headache. Any time would be just as normal as any other time. I was having some sinus issues at one point, which I kind of semi-regularly have. But for a little while, it was like bad enough that every time I went on stage, specifically for like rehearsal, I was doing a Rocky Horror Shadowcast. Every time I went on stage for rehearsal and like the music started playing and there were like different smells than normal and it just gave me like an instant sinus headache and it was bad. I suppose there is a first time for everything. Shall we proceed? Your name, to begin with. If you would, Lamourai.
That's you.
Oh, shit. I keep thinking it's you. Yes.
What do you call him?
He says, Machi Tobaye, the defendant.
This is certainly a first for this courtroom. Not that we really needed an interpretation of that message in particular.
So far, so good.
Very well, Mr. Justice, if you would.
Huh? If I would what, Your Honor?
Would what? You called the defendant to the stand, did you not? What would you have him testify about?
What do I want him to testify about?
God, ow.
I hadn't thought that far yet, and I'm still burpy.
Apollo! Aren't you going to ask him what he was about to tell us yesterday?
How can I if I don't know what he was saying? Excuse me, a moment. If I might speak. That was a great enunciation and delivery of that
Yes,
line.
Lamoureux.
Just now, Machi said there is something about which he wishes to testify. Machi wants to testify about something? What could it be?
What sort of testimony is he talking about?
Darian probably was like, you gotta confess, and now he's gonna confess. One moment, please. Hello, stinky boy. The suspense is killing me. What? What?
Well, Lamoureux?
According to Machi, he has proof of his innocence.
What?
This is a surprise.
Yahoo! Victory, Apollo! We did it!
This is sounding too good to believe. And I know what that usually means.
Well, if that's true, then this is vital testimony. Machi, please testify to the court.
He wants you to testify. Very well. Proof of innocence. He says that word of Mr. Latusse's death came as a great shock. But if the killing truly followed the lyrics of my song, that is he, could not have done it. He says that because the lyrics are in English, he does not understand them.
I see. He wouldn't have understood the English lyrics to the song. That would prevent him from following them so closely.
I wondered what he meant by proof. Why, he would only have to ask Lamoureux to know the meaning of that song. Lamoureux, did you ever explain the lyrics of that song to him? I did tell him generally what the song was about, but never in so much detail, and he never asked. Has my oft-repeated warning already fled that forehead? Lamoureux might be protecting the witness.
You let her... Well, anyway, let us proceed with the cross-examination.
She's not on the stand here, so
Mr.
asking
Justice,
her a
you
question seems...
She is, though.
Yes, Your Honor.
Also,
She's the interpreter. You don't ask the interpreter questions.
we've asked questions to the defense attorney, to the prosecutor.
Something's hidden in that testimony. I know it. I'll just have to trust my bracelet to tell me where.
All right.
It worked yesterday. It'll work today. He says that word of Mr. Latusse's death came as a great shock. But if the killing truly followed the lyrics of my song, that is he, could not have done it. He says that because the lyrics are in English, he does not understand them.
So, what did we suspect he might have been lying about yesterday?
That he definitely speaks English because he kept reacting to the things we were saying. Perceive! Oh, hi.
Are we gonna focus on the interpreter or the...
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. Here again. I mean,
He says that.
the guy's a little mouthy mouth. Maybe he'll like look over at her like, oh no.
Oh. That means he's lying.
Little boy on trial looks slightly nervous. Machi, you can't fool my eyes. You glanced toward her the very moment Lamoureux said the word English. Why? And don't bother interpreting that. He understands me. Machi, tell the truth. You can understand English, can't you? What are you saying? Of course he can't. He's making up some weird bullshit about you. Must he continue this charade? Mr. Justice, Machi says this. I know the word English. Huh? Before coming to this country, he heard me speaking English. He learned the name for this language, that is all, but he learned it in English, not in Virginian. What? Give me a break! Is that such an unusual word to understand? Do you not know Espanol, for instance? Well, yeah, but... I am sorry, but he truly does not understand your language. Well, then explain this! How does he know the crime followed the lyrics? Have you always been such a suspicious-minded lad? He's saying, how did you know? It is simple, so simple it hardly requires an explanation. He read about it in the newspaper. The newspaper? The Virginian Daily Bugle. You can buy it in this country these days, you know. They have already begun to report about this case in our homeland. I was right. What is wrong, Mr. Justice? Your eyes, they are quite fierce all of a sudden. Machi is lying. Maybe it's time to show them proof that he's lying. It's just because of
That's the other
It's
one.
because this guy's icteritis. That Virginia newspaper doesn't mention the lyrics of Lamour's ballad. I have here a Virginian newspaper. The Virginian Daily Bugle, as a matter of fact. Indeed, there is a feature article about the case. Could you read this for me, Machi? That's right. It doesn't mention the lyrics. What? What is this? He's a fast reader. What is this all about to notice that something isn't said in the paper? I'm sorry, Machi. You couldn't have read about the lyrics in a Virginian newspaper.
What does this mean?
But I don't see how it's possible. Ah, I know. He must have heard the lyrics when the police were doing their questioning. Yes. Not possible. The subject of the lyrics was not brought up in police questioning.
It wasn't?
And none of our questioners speak Virginian, so I read the full report myself. So the lyrics weren't in the newspaper, and the police didn't mention them.
They should have.
The only place you could have heard them was in this courtroom. In English, no less.
The witness will explain herself. I mean himself.
He's being rude. Machi says... He says...
Yes?
It is true I read the newspaper, but this is not where I learned of the lyrics. I was mistaken. Now I remember. You remember? He says he heard of the lyrics from me. What?
Is this true, Lamoureux?
Yes. I'm afraid I had forgotten it myself. Then it looks like Herr Forehead's been jumping to conclusions again.
It seems so, yes.
What? How does it help our case to insist that the little boy knows English?
Also, Clavier, you were the one who said Lamoureux might lie to protect him, and now you're like, yeah, I guess she forgot. And she didn't tell him.
No!
This is good for you.
I was onto something. I know it. I can't let this chance slip away.
Time is an issue today, Mr. Justice. Are you finished with your cross-examination?
What are you going to do, Apollo?
If I'm going to keep on cross-examining, I better have an angle of attack. Or else. My bracelet's still reacting. Your Honor, please allow me to continue.
If you must, you must. Very well. Witness?
I understand. It was I who explained that the crime followed the song. Well, that's the...
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
that's the only new thing.
Now she's lying. Oh yeah. Lamoroy.
Lamoroy. Lamoroy, I'm currently cross-examining Machi. Why should you be uncertain? Me? Uncertain? Yes, you swallowed the very moment you told the court it was I who explained. I see there is little point in trying to hide anything from you. Lamoroy, are you indeed protecting someone?
Someone?
That is not a question with a simple answer. To tell the truth, I do not believe it myself. Then allow me to answer for you. Lamoroy, you're protecting...
Machi.
Machi. Right? Lamoroy, you are protecting Machi. This why you lied and told us that you had explained how the crime followed the song. I don't fault you for trying to help, but this is not the way. Machi, I believe you didn't do it. Really, I trust you.
I don't believe you.
But you lied to us twice, and now you have Lamoroy lying on your behalf. If this is going to work, you have to trust me too. Your two lies cover a simple truth. You understand English. You have to. Ah! Now he's yelling in English letters. And I mean in Latin alphabet.
Witness, is this true? Do you understand English? Yes, a little only. What?
First he could see, now he can talk.
I could always talk.
And you did not know about this, Lamoroy? No, I did not. It is quite a surprise.
How many secrets is this witness hiding? This is last.
Machi, could you tell us what really happened?
No shooting! I did no shooting!
So you weren't in the dressing room when I heard those 2 gunshots, correct? Apparently, the answer to that question isn't simple either.
I was in the dressing room, behind desk, manager on floor.
Which would be after the shooting, right?
Then there is voice.
Voice or voices? Was it you and Emma, Apollo?
So when Machi went into the dressing room, Mr. Latouche had already been shot. And then we came to the door.
Panel high up. I take off. Run away, run away.
So it was you who escaped through that air vent. As the prosecution has upheld all along, no less. The defendant has admitted to being at the scene. Might we take this as a confession? No! He's clearly denied that he did it!
I know shooting. Manager on floor. Already on floor.
The victim had already been shot, you say? I find that hard to believe. The defendant understood the song lyrics. He was at the scene of the crime. This can only mean one thing. He is the shooter.
Does the defendant have anything to say to this?
He's clammed up, Apollo.
Then let's ask Mr. Justice. Will you require any further testimony from the witness?
Is that it? Is there nothing else I can get him to testify about? Wait, no, of course there is.
What is this cocoon anyway?
The cocoon, the silk, is a potent cure.
A cure? Well, Machi, are you a smuggler?
Oh, she's asking if you're a fucking smuggler. You want to tell her the truth, little boy? He won't tell me. That cocoon has to have something to do with this. Machi, please tell us the truth, for your own sake.
No, no more speak. Not to any of you.
So much for your precious trust, there, forehead. Hey, you're the one who didn't believe him. Regardless, this brings us to an impasse.
It does seem that the defense and defendant are at odds. I doubt we are likely to learn anything more of value should this continue. I see no other course but to declare a 5-minute recess.
What happened to both my eyes?
What?
One of my eyes got a little bit fuzzy and blurry, and so I shut the other one, and it happened to the other one too. When I blink my eyes, they get really fuzzy. But not when I blink, but when I like hold them down intentionally.
Are you gonna have a migraine?
Well, usually I think a migraine is just one eye, right? Or is it
What?
both eyes? Am I making things up? That's a stroke.
The defense will work things out with the defendant so that we might proceed.
I think when I had the migraine, the one time I've had a migraine, it was just one eye.
Oh, weird.
But I don't know. It was so long ago.
Oh no, okay. Apollo used this.
That's justice. Better learn how to say it if you ever want to get some.
Believe, I know shooting.
Machi claims Mr. Latouche was already down on the ground when he entered the room.
Maybe it was a trap and he walked right into it.
Suddenly, I hear revolver. Close, very close. Then I hear voice.
You heard gunshots?
Yes, it's true. I heard revolver, but only sound.
Wait, you're saying you went into the dressing room and found Mr. Latouche already dead and then you heard shots? If that's true.
So, you were at the scene of the crime when you heard those shots?
And you escaped through the air vent.
I know.
Huh? What do you know?
I know if I open a vent, I can leave stage and backstage.
So the vents went to both the stage and the backstage area? Is that what he means?
How did you know that?
Hey, he's right! Look, Apollo!
Huh? Yeah. But how did you know it was connected like that?
Wait, I bet his father was the architect that designed the hall or something.
I hear this from magician.
Magician?
Don't look at me!
A magician, huh?
Well, at least we're clear on one thing. Machi didn't shoot Mr. Latouche.
Yeah, but what does that leave us with? We're supposed to say he went into the room to find the body and then he heard the shots? That one's going to go over well in court. Not.
Apollo, you're his defense. You're supposed to believe whatever he says, even lies. That's what Daddy always told me.
I'll just pretend you misheard him. Every time. So what do we do?
You're sure you won't testify, Machi?
No talking. No.
Well, it was worth a shot.
That cocoon.
I should go.
I can't go home.
Can't go home?
I'll confuse you, but
I can't go home to Virginia. I do not want to go home. The penalty for taking a cocoon from Virginia is death. That's right. It's punishable by death. Of course, he's scared. Oh well. I guess we'll just have to try a different approach.
That's the spirit, Apollo. So what's your plan?
If Machi won't testify about it, we'll have to get someone else to testify.
Someone else?
I think we're out of time. Let's get back in there.
are your eyes better?
Yeah.
Okay. Court is now back in session. Mr. Justice, have you sorted things out with the defendant?
Yes, Your Honor. We had a good talk.
Very well. So will he testify?
Your Honor, the defendant will not testify.
What?
Shame. And here I thought this was your big chance to turn the case around. Actually, it is. The defense would like to approach this case from a different angle, Your Honor.
A different angle?
Think outside the box. If Machi won't testify, then I know who will. I would like to cross-examine the witness in this case, Lamoureux.
Lamoureux? Again?
What are you up to now? I thought we determined yesterday that Lamoureux's testimony was unsubstantial.
Insubstantial.
Shut the fuck up. There's nothing you can... Lamoureux was taken to the hospital yesterday with injuries.
Oh, yeah. What happened?
She was assaulted, Your Honor.
Assaulted?
Someone wanted Lamoureux dead. Thankfully, she was able to save herself. What?
Weird move.
I've heard no such report. Prosecutor Gavin, why would anyone be out to kill Lamoureux? Can you think of a reason? Well, think of how she is known in our country. A singer from overseas who doesn't speak English, yes? Yet someone tried to keep her mouth shut. Who could that have been?
You don't think...
I do. It was the same person who shot Mr. Latouche. The killer was afraid of her, afraid of what she might say. The defense believes that something was hidden in her testimony yesterday. Something that the killer doesn't want getting out. So, am I to understand that this is what you are saying?
Yeah, I guess if there was more, then that it makes sense. It's still, you know, I feel like it's very suspicious on one person in particular.
Namely, that there is a nugget of truth in Lamoureux's testimony. A nugget we have yet to uncover. Exactly.
No one is allowed to say nugget in my courtroom.
Why?
I don't like it.
Okay.
If Lamoureux was attacked, this has serious implications. Very well. There were some vague points in her testimony during yesterday's trial. Perhaps we did not inquire as deeply as we might have into some. This court will hear Lamoureux's testimony once more.
Lamoureux, I must apologize. We must ask you to stand again and speak. You need not apologize. I know that Machi is innocent, and I will do all that I can until the court realizes this. Let's review your testimony from yesterday. You told us you heard 2 gunshots and the shooter's voice through the window, and that the voice belonged to Darian Crescent, yes? That is correct. At which point I proved she could not be correct. She couldn't have heard any of those things. The small window at the scene was closed and was found to be quite soundproof. How do we know it was closed?
You have nothing to say to that, Mr. Justice?
I don't know exactly what yet, but I do know there's something there. There is, it seems, much you do not know.
And yet it is my duty to hear him out. Perhaps the witness would be so kind as to testify once more to the court?
Of course, Your Honor. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. That's when I heard them, Mr. Latouche and the detective. I heard the faint sound of a gunshot and stopped. Then I heard another gunshot. There was the smell of gunpowder. I know I must tell someone, but I was in a hurry, so I kept moving past the small window. What were you in a hurry for?
Pretty much the same as yesterday's testimony.
Oh my god. Sorry. A big stretch. Anyway, I am sorry. I am not used to speaking much in this language. Perhaps my descriptions are lacking in some way.
I gotta say, I don't think that should be the case based on things that we find out later. But...
Yet everything I have said here is the truth. Then it is my distinct displeasure to say this. What you have said to have happened is impossible. Do I have to repeat myself? Lamoureux was attacked because of this testimony. What? Trucy?
Apollo, you know, for a moment there, you were pretty cool.
Maybe I do better when I don't try to think ahead.
Very well, Mr. Justice. Perhaps you can coolly cross-examine the witness?
Yeah, I can do that. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. Why? Is something wrong? I know I said hold it, but she's saying the same thing she said before.
Mr. Justice,
Sorry, it's nothing.
you gotta ask why she was in a hurry. Now I know what they mean about the reckless youth these days.
The one in red over there is a shining example, Herr Judge. You're the last person who should be pointing fingers, Mr. Rockstar.
Why did she have to leave?
There's the smell of gunpowder. So,
Oh, you could smell through the window too. Oh, that's interesting.
why didn't you tell someone immediately? Well,
If it were me, I would have gone to the police right away. It's our duty as citizens. Ow.
this may be beside the point, but Lamroy isn't a citizen.
Oh, okay.
Though
sure.
one would hope such common sense prevails in Virginia as well.
Leroy seems awfully quiet all of a sudden. That's strange. Could she be hiding something?
It is as you say, yet at the time, I was in a hurry, so I kept moving past the small window. You were in a hurry? To go where? I was on my way to the backstage exit, as I have said. Why were you in such a hurry then? Well, I don't think that has anything to do with this case. It very well might. Please answer the question. Are you all right, Lamoureux? Yes. I'm just tired. Recall what I told you yesterday, Herr Forehead. Lamoureux suffers from serious amnesia. Please refrain from traumatizing her further. What? So we can just dismiss questions he thinks are too traumatizing? Why don't you prove her reason had a connection to the case before asking about it, yeah?
The prosecution's objection is sustained for some reason. The current question is moot. Mr. Justice, please continue with your
Leroy
cross-examination.
was attacked because of this doesn't I know she was, so something's gotta be hidden here.
So it is press everything? Because they're like, oh, we gotta get her to
Yes.
fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
Darian Crescent? I did not know his name at the time. But yes, it was him. The one who took the stand yesterday. How many times do I need to remind you that's impossible? There is no way you could have heard him. Because the window at the scene was closed? Is that why? Of course.
Apollo, if we keep asking the same questions as yesterday, we won't get anywhere.
She's right. Maybe there's a different angle I can try?
What were they talking about?
Leroy, do you by any chance remember what they were saying to each other? If so, please tell us. I have given it much reflection, but I was afraid of this. She doesn't remember. I only heard one phrase clearly. A whole phrase? You remember something that was said? Why didn't you say anything yesterday? Though my memory is clear, I was afraid to speak. You see, I do not understand what was said. This could be it. The clue I've been waiting for. Well, what did he say? It was the other man speaking, not Mr. Latouche. The shooter, then. Darian Crescent.
Well, what did he say?
It's over. Press the switch. Now.
Switch? And then the shooter said this to the victim, Mr. Latouche?
I thought it quite strange myself afterward.
It is a mystery. What could it possibly mean? Mr. Justice, care to shed some light on this?
I mean, sure. I'd be delighted. It's, very, very vital. Maybe we could add that to the testimony?
Maybe, Apollo?
From the small window, I heard a voice say,
Do we
press the
prevent
switch.
switch that
now.
we have? We've got this.
The switch?
Yeah.
Nintendo? Press the switch. There's only one key that can unlock the mystery of those words. Yet there was nothing at the scene that could be called a switch, save the lights. True, there wasn't a switch at the scene, but it just so happens I have a switch right here.
That certainly does look like a switch, doesn't it?
The problem is, this was found not at the scene of the crime, but on the stage.
The stage?
Where the concert was held, yes. This was found hidden there. On the stage.
Are you claiming that the voice Lamoureux heard was of someone commanding another to press the switch?
It's a possibility. Oh, Herr Forehead, I'd call that an impossibility.
Impossible.
An impossibility, fucker. Why? It's hardly necessary for me to remind the court of the layout of the concert forum. The stage is quite far from Lamoureux's dressing room. Not to mention that the Governors were in the middle of a concert on said stage. We aren't known for being a quiet band. You could shout all you wanted and not be heard. The detective's voice was loud, but certainly not a shout. So too have Herr Forehead's cries of possibility fallen far short of being heard.
Wait, are they saying... They're
Sorry.
saying that he couldn't have heard him from the stage? Like, no one could have heard him from the stage, so that... What the fuck?
That he wouldn't have needed to shout.
Yeah!
Excuse me? You heard what I said? Or do you need me to shout it out for you? Ah! Sorry. It would have been quite simple to be heard on the stage from that dressing room. Oh, wait. You like evidence, don't you? How about this? Using this, it would be easy to get a message to someone on stage from the dressing
This
room.
is so obvious, I don't know why we have to present it.
Prosecutor Gavin, perhaps you're familiar with this? Why, that's...
What? What is it? Is that some kind of newfangled phone they invented while I wasn't looking?
Why would that be your first thought? It looks nothing like a phone.
It looks more like a hearing aid.
And I'd
which
expect the judge to be more familiar with hearing aids than thinking that it was like a phone. This is a type of transmitter, a communications device.
Communications? Device?
From what I've heard, that night, everyone on stage was wearing one of these. Isn't that right, Prosecutor Gavin? Ah, yes, actually. They're for talking between band members. We all had one on. So you admit that if you were wearing one of these, talking from the backstage to the stage would be simple. True, but wait, those send out an electronic signal. To avoid interference with the audio system, their range is quite limited.
Lamoureux said it was about 30 feet, right?
Look at this cross-section diagram of the concert forum. Ah, exactly. The walk from the stage to the backstage seems far, but the direct distance is less than 30 feet. That can't be.
So when Lamoureux heard the shooter's voice, he could have been talking to someone on stage.
Ah, you're claiming this is the switch in question? Why did it have to be on stage at the time? It could be placed in a pocket and carried anywhere. Someone could have hid it on the stage after the fact.
Hey, he's got a point. How do we know where it was when she heard the
That doesn't matter.
when the shooter said press the switch?
Well, I guess we don't.
An unfortunate situation. I'm afraid that until we know where the switch was, there's little point in debating. Well, what is your actual point, though, then?
The fire.
Okay, then present that.
I was sure this was the way to go with this. What is this switch, anyway? We don't even know that basic fact.
Yeah. Oh!
Wait a second. I do know what this switch is. And if you follow that train of logic to its incredible conclusion, it ends up in proof that completely changes this case.
What's up, Apollo? Apollo?
We know about this switch, right? We know what it is.
Yeah?
Well, think of when it was used that day. Think of what happened.
Well, Mr. Justice, if you have no further information to share concerning this switch...
Your Honor,
Yes, Mr. Justice.
I've been remiss in not telling the court this before. I know what this switch is.
Well, it seems the defense is set upon linking this switch to the case. Let's see your evidence of this link. What evidence do you have to explain what this switch is.
Well, the evidence is more so that we know this than because we used it. Prosecutor Gavin, you remember this? Ah! That's a...
The what? Is it another one of those newfangled phones?
This is an igniter. What phone looks like this?
Igniter? You mean it's like a lighter?
Yes, actually. You aren't saying this switch is a remote. I am. This is a remote trigger for an igniter. I think my hair is coming loose. What? Look, I'll show you.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Justice, you will cease and desist from burning down this courtroom.
Sorry. That was a bit more fire than I had expected.
You didn't see it yesterday? If my whiskers had caught on fire.
Prosecutor Gavin, let me repeat myself. This switch is a remote igniter trigger. Doesn't that suggest something to you? You're talking about what happened to me, aren't you? Ah! Exactly. That night at the concert, there was one unusual burst of flame. When your guitar caught on fire in the middle of your performance.
Wasn't that part of the stage show, though?
Prosecutor Gavin was entirely unaware such a thing had been planned. And the guitar that burned was a valuable keepsake.
That's right. He got it in Virginia from Lamroy. He said that the sound was amazing. Before it burned, of course. Now it just kind of smokes.
The better the guitar, the brighter it burns. Hair forehead? Yes? Don't tell me you're trying to tie these two things together. Those being the shooter's voice heard by Lamroy. And the guitar suddenly catching on fire? I am. It's really simple when you think about it. Mr. Latouche and the shooter were at the crime scene. The shooter was wearing a headset. He ordered someone on stage to press the switch. The switch was pressed and the guitar caught fire.
Well, that does seem to make sense. Though something about it is bugging me. Can't quite put my finger on it.
Really? Seems pretty simple to me. Hair forehead, don't destroy what little respect I have for you. I was expecting something a little more sensible. I guess I was wrong.
What's this all about, Prosecutor Gavin?
His simple story simply makes no sense. Think! That night my guitar caught fire, yes. The cause may have been this indeed. However, the guitar caught fire during the second set.
Ah, that's right. Of course.
The guitar
caught fire during Lamroy's song.
Indeed. Yet the shooting happened during the third set. The two are utterly unrelated.
Yes, that must have been what was bugging me. The whole premise for this is faulty.
See? His story makes no sense. Are you sure about that?
What exactly do you mean, Mr. Justice?
Maybe it's not the premise for my explanation of the switch that's at fault. Maybe it's our premise for the entire case so far.
What premise is this specifically?
I'm glad you asked. I'm saying that maybe the killing didn't take place in the third act. What's this? But Detective Emma Skye heard shots and found the body. All of this happened in the third act. Gunshots rang out, and according to his testimony, Machi was in that dressing room at the time.
Where are you going with this, Mr. Justice?
Stay with me, Your Honor. He also told us this in his testimony. Namely, that the victim had already been shot. We all heard gunshots, but no one saw the shooting. This is insane. Just before the shooting took place, the shooter was heard on this headset, telling someone to press the switch. The next moment, Prosecutor Gavin's guitar burst into flame. We know that a remote-triggered igniter was inside that guitar. From all these facts, we can draw only one conclusion. The crime did not take place during the third act, but during the ballad performance, the second act. What?
Order! 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 But that goes against the evidence!
What does, Your Honor?
This crime was carried out according to the lyrics of that song, yes?
Hey, he's right! Look! The bullet is supposed to come after the fire.
You're thinking about it the wrong way.
Huh?
Look! Why would the shooter craft the events of the day to follow the lyrics anyway? It's an awful lot of trouble to go through, with little merit for the person doing it.
Well, I'm sure whoever it was had some reason.
Yes, they did. A reason that made it advantageous to follow the lyrics. You're saying the order was reversed on purpose?
Reversed, Prosecutor Gavin?
If the criminal followed the lyrics strictly, then yes. The shooting would have to have come after the guitar burst into flame. Yet, our forehead has raised another possibility. He's claiming that the bullet came not after, but just before the fire. Couldn't have put it better myself. We were only meant to think that the shooting came after the guitar burst into flames. That was the criminal's objective. The crime followed the lyrics to a point, but that was the ruse. Why else would the killer risk discovery by moving the body? That was the final touch to make us think he had followed the lyrics the whole way.
That's crazy to get away with also moving the body like that. Order! Order!
No
Order!
one was in the hallway. No one was on stage for whatever amount of time it would have taken to raise that thing, move the body up.
I assume. Okay, so you would have to. It would be down, and you would put it on.
Yeah.
And Machi on, and the guitar, and then raise it up. That would explain this most unusual situation.
It does! The killer changed the order of events to create himself an alibi. In other words, the killer was someone who had an alibi for the third set, but not the second. I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but sadly it has. Let me tell you why your little fairy tale makes no sense at all. Oh, it sounds good, I'll give you that. You've given us a reason why the killer bothered following the lyrics of my song. But I question your logic, for it's flawed from the very beginning. Flawed? Yes, a contradiction, Herr Forehead. One I've pointed out several times, no less. At the time of the crime, the small window at the scene was closed. How could Lemeroy have heard a voice through it? Oh, I know that you would like to divert our attention from this critical fact, but you're basing your entire line of reasoning on a false premise.
Was it closed during the second set?
Right.
Did you confirm that?
Lemeroy's testimony is my entire case. That voice she heard, the shooter's voice.
What if she couldn't hear it, Apollo?
That she's making all of this
Look,
up.
what do we have? A man saying, press the switch. And near the crime scene, we have a switch, which acts as a remote trigger for an igniter. And last but not least, Prosecutor Gavin's flaming guitar. It can't all be coincidence, but how do I make it work? I see a more direct line of questioning is required. When the crime scene was investigated, immediately after the crime, that window was closed. Can't you tell us how Lemeroy heard the voice? Especially if you're claiming that this happened during the second set. She was on stage.
A key point, to be sure. Mr. Justice, can you explain this to the court?
Okay, Justice. You've got one thing to prove and one thing only. Lemeroy heard a voice. And she heard it during the second set. Think! How was Lemeroy able to hear the voice?
Yeah, they haven't mentioned that she was on stage during the second
Well, she
set, but
must
that's
have been
very
somewhere
relevant.
else. When we investigated the scene, the window was closed. The shooter had no reason to close it had it been open either. Meaning it was impossible to hear the voice through that window. Ah, it's good to hear you making sense again. For a moment, I was afraid you might be a Virginian too.
What?
They make no sense.
Okay, Clavier, what the fuck?
Tisa, I say a lot of really ignorant / fucked up shit in this case. As I was saying, Lamoureux could not hear the voice through that window. When I'm in a bad mood, I revert to all of my... I take all of my privilege and I'm like, mine, and I say, fuck you. Fuck you, got mine. As I was saying, Lamoureux could not hear the voice through that window. So there can be only one explanation. She heard the voice from another location entirely.
Well, what's this?
You do amuse me so. And here I thought you and Good Sense were back on speaking terms. Now I'm afraid you and Good Sense speak two entirely different languages.
And one of them is Borginian.
Yeah, I would be like crazy. Someone spoke Borginian. Shall I interpret for you, Herr Forehead? Lamoureux clearly stated she heard the voice through that small window. And there is only one small window at the scene. Are you sure? Think about it. Isn't there another small window at the scene? There is?
I know that look. He wants us to ask him. Very well. You claim Lamoureux heard the voice from another location? Mr. Justice, show us where this location was.
Thank you, gladly. Lamoureux heard the voice from here. Bingo! Bingo, bingo!
Present.
Bingo! This is where Lamoureux heard that voice from.
But that's no small window. That's the air vent.
What did she tell us? She said she's a Virginian, unfamiliar with our language. It's not a stretch to imagine she called this air vent a small window. Now you've done it. You've gone beyond ridiculous and into ludicrous. So Lamoureux was up in the ventilation system listening to this man's voice. That's the only logical explanation, yes. Logical? I do not think this word means what you think it means, Herr Forehead. Okay, what about it isn't logical? It hardly merits saying. Why would Lamoureux be in the ventilation system? Hiding like a rat! No offense intended to her, of course. The explanation for that is simple, Prosecutor Gavin. Isn't it, Lamoureux?
No,
You
it's
have
not.
been listening to our
No, it's
discussion
not.
here, yes? Yes. I admit it's had me quite confused since yesterday. Yes, the small window was closed. But why should that mean I could not hear through it? I feared our prosecutor might himself need an interpreter. Ugh! No! My own job's used against me! The problem here is words. Lamoureux, this small window through which you heard the voice, was it up high, on the ceiling of the room, not low on a wall? Yes, it was up on the ceiling. What?
Order! Order! I will have order! Witness, you will clarify the statement to the court. Are you, in fact, saying that you were above the ceiling of the room? And that's where you heard the moment of the crime?
Yes, in fact, I was. I'm sorry, I never imagined it would become such an important point. Yes, well, why the heck were you up there?
I believe it's time for another testimony.
I'm not sure. I can't.
May I remind you this is a murder trial? We will hear your testimony. Tell us why you witnessed the crime from above the ceiling of
But
that
I
room.
promised the strange man I wouldn't say anything.
Please.
Well, looks like I'm on the right track. Yes, I was above the ceiling when I heard the voice. I had heard there was a small window there before. It was in the middle of my performance. I had no time to report what I had heard. As to why I was there, I cannot say. I am bound to secrecy on this matter.
She trusted the strange man implicitly for some reason. Bound to secrecy?
In my line of work, one has many obligations to uphold.
But you said you were in the middle of your performance. So this did happen during the second set.
Wow! Oh, wow! Wow! So
You
it was
should
like
have said
I
that.
fucking said so. I did not witness the crime, you must
You
understand.
did!
I only know what I heard.
Yes, but you must tell us what you were doing in detail.
Crawling.
That's not detail.
That's what the cross-examination is for, yeah, hair forehead?
I would have loved for you to tell us when this happened. Yesterday. Someone should have asked that. I blame you too.
Our mission in this court is to discern the truth. No obligation, no binding pact may hinder that mission.
Very well. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination.
What are you going to do, Apollo?
I'm going to find out the truth. She was up above that ceiling for a reason. I just have to get it out of her. I'm sorry. We're getting close to the part where it's what the fuck? Why? Why? Yes, I was above the ceiling when I heard the voice. Why? I had heard there was a small window there before. It was in the middle of my...
They didn't call it the air vent then? Okay.
They said there's a small
Now listen, it's not your fault that you didn't understand what that was. It is the court's fault for not hiring an interpreter for you. And also, when they were saying it was close, you should have said something. If that was strange, you should have said something.
As to why I was there, I cannot say.
Why? Why?
Exactly who bound you to secrecy? I'm not sure I'm allowed to say who it was. No, I think perhaps that is all right. It is just a name after all. It was Valiant Gramarye. Perhaps you know him? Valiant Gramarye? What?
You mean Uncle Valiant?
What? Valiant Gramarye? Who's Valiant Gramarye?
A grand magician. The one responsible for the illusion performed during our concert.
Did he not know that's who it was?
Interesting reaction,
That's crazy.
Prosecutor Gavin. Lamroy was bound to secrecy. It's going to take some hard-hitting proof to make her talk.
Who contacted him if it wasn't I guess another band member?
I think I know why she was up there, but how do I prove it? Sorry. Why is it been... I'll reload this. It, like, froze on my screen. Yes!
Lamroy's agency? I guess. Why though?
I was above the ceiling when I heard the voice.
Should we look at all of these?
Should we press them all, or should we...
I think it's time for proof.
Yeah.
Can I look at all of the things?
It's a taped recording of Lamroy's performance.
Could be. Can we see every... She's also
Small
now said who
window.
it was.
I was in the middle of my performance. I had no time to report what I had heard. As to why I was there, I cannot say.
Oh, okay.
It would probably be this one, as to why I was there.
Okay.
And then it's like, oh,
Try
I know
it.
why you were there. Yeah?
Yeah, try it. The tape.
Sorry. It's like right in the middle, and it's not very, it doesn't pop
He
out.
just showed up and offered his services. yeah, that could be.
Lamroy, truth be told, the reason for your presence above the ceiling is quite clear. Especially when you consider what happened during your performance. What happened? Yes, it's all right here on this video. It happened around me, and over me, I know. People just assume someone else hired him. Everyone's like, he must be. We're supposed to be here. Burn my love away, all away, like a bullet of love fire. Wait, wow, all away.
The subtitles don't match up with the music. Don't worry about it.
Guitar, guitar, up together to the sky. Ah, no, I'm the As we can see, Lamoureux was clearly not on stage for her entire performance. Though it saddens me to be so realistic, Lamoureux is incapable of actually vanishing, let alone teleportation. So the only explanation is that she was hidden from view. And during that time, she moved to the back of the forum.
Apollo!
What, Trucy?
It's not nice to reveal a magician's secrets, and it's against the rules!
I'm sorry, I'm derping again. But I'm a lawyer! I'm not supposed to be nice!
This is all very fascinating. But how is it possible? There is only 20 seconds between when she appears, disappears, and reappears. She couldn't have moved that fast. Through the vents. Is something wrong, Prosecutor Gavin?
This was his concert, his show. He knows how the illusion was performed.
Aha!
He's just realizing his own oversight. Let's look at the cross-section diagram again. Here we can trace a route through the ceiling. It goes from the stage,
The air vent goes up there?
through the backstage, to the rear of the
Wait.
floor.
No. Why does the air vent go up there? Why does it go up that tower? That's crazy. What the fuck?
I was wondering what all that construction during prep for the show was. They were tunneling through this. Recall Lamoureux's testimony from yesterday. I was on my way from the stage to the backstage exit. There was something like a little window there. That's how I saw it.
She went from the stage to the backstage exit. A perfect description of this route above the ceiling.
No. I was crawling through the air vents would be a better. Lamoureux knew of this because of her part in the illusion. But she wasn't the only one who knew. What? Just now in the lobby, Machi told me something.
I know if I opening vent, I can leave stage and backstage.
He said that? Were you not informed, Prosecutor Gavin?
No, he said that while he was with you.
I knew about the Vanishing Act, of course. Yet I had no idea of the route that would be used. Why didn't that magician tell me?
Magicians only reveal details of their acts on a need-to-know basis. They're the bread and butter of my magician's life, you know?
Which is why he bound Lamoureux to secrecy. Well, Lamoureux, I am impressed, Mr. Attorney. Machi was right about you.
So, what does this mean? Are you saying you use this route above the ceiling?
I did.
Well, that's that. But I'm still a little confused.
Was that, Your Honor?
As I said before,
Whee!
there was very, very little time between when she disappeared and when she reappeared. 20 seconds, tops! How could she do it so fast? Especially if she stops to hear the shooter's voice.
That's a good question.
Can the witness explain this to the court?
I
What do you mean?
cannot.
Very well. No, that's not acceptable, Mr. Justice.
Yes.
It's all up to you. Do your thing.
All right. What thing, Your Honor?
You need to explain how Lamoureux was able to teleport like she did.
Vance!
Or I'm throwing your case out with the bathwater.
Vance! Oh,
If you're throwing the case out, does that mean Bocce's innocent?
why do I get picked on? It's Lamoureux who isn't going along with the program here.
Fucking get Val Cramery in here and make him testify.
As I have stated before, I am not at liberty to speak
Okay,
of the
Brutus,
illusion that night in
you
detail.
can't.
I'd rather Machi go to prison than for me to break my little promise.
Everyone who works with me must sign an NDA. Then you'll just have to tell us what you can. We'll hear your testimony on this. Mr. Justice, it will be your job to wring the truth out of her.
Yes, if you would. Please. Right. I feel like a student before finals.
Good luck, Apollo.
There's only one thing worse than murder. Breaking the magician's code.
I followed the route exactly as I was instructed. There is an emergency exit in the backstage where a stagehand waited. From there, one can enter the forum on the opposite side from the stage. The plan was for me to move...
Wait. Emergency exit? Into the vents? Wait, What?
The plan was for me to move there in 2 minutes.
2 minutes, eh?
I was on my
That's
way
a long time.
when I heard the voice.
If you're not allowed to disclose anything, are you even allowed to say, "Oh yes, that's true"? It depends, I think. But also, I'm pretty sure even then, I think you can subpoena that information. Oh, 2 minutes, you say? The mystery deepens.
I suppose it was too much to hope that the judge would come up with something.
As does my curiosity. Take it away, Mr. Justice.
Right, Your Honor. All I have to do is find the contradiction between what Lamoureux is saying and what we can see plainly in the video.
I figured it out already. I'm a magician after all.
Well, tell me.
Not a chance. I can't reveal another magician's secrets. Come on.
Hey, you're supposed to be on my side here.
Why does it keep having that gray bracelet
Just
come up?
don't have it at the
know,
top
why
if we're
is it
not
doing
using
that?
the bracelet. Blocks the top of her head.
Yeah. It doesn't always do that, too. I think. Whatever.
I think it usually does. If we use the bracelet during a trial,
Oh, it has it the whole time?
I think so, but I'm not
Or at least during the testimony
yeah.
part? Okay, I didn't notice until now.
I followed the route exactly as I was instructed. There's an emergency exit in the backstage where a stagehand waited. From there, one can enter the forum on the opposite side of the stage. The plan was for me to move there in
I
2
still
minutes.
understand that, and also, this still doesn't make any sense.
2 minutes? Yes, it can be done in 1 minute if you are running.
Running through the vents?
Running in that cramped, dark tunnel above the ceiling? Mr. Attorney, have you forgotten? Dark or lit, it makes no difference to me.
Okay.
What about cramped or standing? Crawling or standing?
So you're saying that on the night of the concert you made the trip in 2 minutes?
Yes, though I nearly didn't make it in time. You see, I stopped halfway.
Because of the murder.
Lamoureux disappears on the video for 20 seconds. But she says she made the trip in 2 minutes? How? So...
Well, Mr. Justice...
do we have to present the video?
Probably. You have some evidence? Maybe? Do you?
Evidence explaining the discrepancy.
Okay.
Fucking sure. There's one piece of evidence that explains the discrepancy. Is it the brooch?
No, the video.
It's just the, but it's the discrepancy between, it's just the,
Oh. Sometimes they do shit like that. Aha! So this is it? The magical key to unlocking the illusion's dark secret? Tell us how it works.
Okay, no,
Quickly!
this is-
I can't bear the suspense.
I was kind of hoping someone else
Oh.
would jump in at this point. Well, you see,
Mm.
Herr Judge, I do hate to spoil the mood, but I haven't the faintest idea what he's talking about. And neither does he.
Oh my god.
I'm a little confused too there, Apollo. Right, by which I conclude that I was wrong.
Okay, so it is the brooch.
Yeah.
Mr. Justice, I'm holding you responsible for spoiling my mood.
Why is it the
So-
brooch?
It doesn't even make sense.
None of it makes sense.
It doesn't even fucking make sense because she was fucking in the vent right over that room where the brooch was, and I'm pretty sure that's how she lost it. So
But the air vent was shut. How did you lose your brooch through the shut air vent?
it's thin,
okay.
the slats. I think that's fine, but I'm pretty sure that's how she lost it.
But we already know she was in the air vent. This doesn't explain anything.
So I remember what the explanation for this
But
is.
it's
Maybe you don't.
stupid.
But yeah, she lost it anyway. So this proves nothing. Whatever. If that was her, which it can't be, but if it was her, then she wouldn't have her brooch anyway because she lost it. I think. Whatever. Why are you pressing?
Well, because this is.
Oh
I
yeah,
need
you're
to-
right.
I don't think it does make sense. Well, we'll see.
It makes sense on its own. I think it doesn't make sense because she lost her brooch anyway.
Leroy, do you happen to remember this brooch?
Aha! The brooch! We saw that yesterday, did we not?
It was found at the scene, Your Honor.
And you're bringing this up now. Why? I thought we had already determined that when that was dropped.
She
So
was
did I.
lying about that.
But we
that
hadn't.
was the you even said she was lying. Whatever.
Take another look at the video.
Come on. Come on. We already
Let's
fucking
watch
did
the
this
whole
yesterday.
fucking thing. Here you can see she's wearing the brooch.
Yeah. Oh, she is.
Let's look a bit like this. And you can see also in the beginning that she has a mustache.
Oh, the brooch, it's gone.
What?
Yes. The brooch disappeared in the short space of 20
Where
seconds.
can you see she has a mustache?
No, it's just you
Oh.
can't see that, but I
But
think
you
you
would.
should be able
I mean,
to
I guess she has the cover. I don't think you'd be able to see it from the audience.
No, but from the close-up in the video,
And it takes a full minute to run from the stage to the backstage. Which means there can be only one explanation. The Lamroy we see before the vanishing act, and the Lamroy we see after, but that doesn't have anything to do with the brooch. Are two different people.
So you have to assume that there's only one brooch.
but we know there's not.
What?
Because it's impossible for, if they're two different people, the one who had the brooch at the beginning, there are two different brooches, because that one didn't get lost in the vent.
Well, I think that was her, but maybe not. I don't know.
The brooch was found on the floor at the crime scene.
Yes.
And not just on the floor, but on the floor not directly beneath the
Oh
air
yeah,
vent.
look at that. That's real big.
Oh, yeah. Leroy, tell me. Did you drop the brooch on your way from the stage to the backstage? At the very moment you witnessed the crime?
Maybe we're thinking too
Yes,
far ahead.
I think I did. She didn't have the brooch, but that doesn't
Prosecutor Gavin, order.
That doesn't prove that it was two different people.
Yes.
Because if she lost her brooch, so
Which they're not currently saying that it's two different people, so let's see where this is going. I know it doesn't make sense, because, well, I mean, okay, whatever.
That's just- from your expression, I gather you had no idea. So the thing that proves it was two different people is that it was way too short a time for her to have been able to travel through the air vent. But that's not what we presented. From your expression, I gather you had no idea this was the case, Herr Judge. I, of course, knew about it.
What?
Don't get me wrong, I wasn't hiding it. It just never occurred to me that the switch and the shooting took place at the same time.
So, I was right? There was a switch?
There was. Just before the stage's tower rose, Lamoureux was replaced.
Well, we're on the subject. Just who was this replacement Lamoureux?
Why, the man behind the illusion, Valen Grammary, even though you can't at all see that it's very clearly Valen in the video.
Because
Because it's not. It was great. He wore a face mask.
And
Perfect replica of Lamoureux's face.
what, shortened himself?
He shortened himself to her height using reverse stilts. It was great, otherwise known as standing inside the ground. It was Grammar.
He was partially in the air vent that goes up to on that pillar for some reason.
That's quite the illusion, but I still don't get one thing. Yes? See how there's clearly an air vent going up through there?
No, it's the other one.
No, but how, this fake Lamoureux is still singing, and she's pretty good.
That's true.
Come on, Apollo, that's an easy one. They were just playing a recording.
Do we have that in the diagram now, or? Yeah. Oh, okay, it just goes through the bottom of the stage.
Yeah.
So the thing is,
that's really
that
not
we
clear.
need
It
to-
doesn't look like there's any sort of way it connects.
So the thing though
that I feel the need to point out is that if there were two different of her, there was no reason for her to need to crawl all this way. She could have just been positioned here from the beginning.
Let's see if they explain it.
They never will. I don't think they will.
I don't think they do, but oh boy.
Because there's no explanation.
they were just playing a recording.
I don't know why I'm always like, maybe they will explain it, and I just forgot why. That does sometimes happen, but it's not. It happened this time.
The Governors aren't some kind of air guitar band,
my God.
Fräulein.
Oh, you mean I'm wrong?
When we play a show live, we play live, no recordings. Perhaps you can explain, Lamoureux?
Very well.
So I think this was the part that our mom got the most like, what the fuck about? Yes, do it again.
Rightfully so.
And add it to your testimony.
I had to keep singing even while I moved.
God.
You were singing? Yes. Mr. Gavin expressed a dislike for recordings. So I used this while crawling through the air vent, compressing my internals that I need to help me sing.
And probably making some noise.
Yeah, and probably tapping right next to my microphone.
In the big thing. And also, that's not a microphone that you use for singing. That's a microphone that you use. That's a fucking walkie-talkie, bitch. That's not gonna be. Oh my god.
I mean, so yeah, I think there's absolutely a difference, I think, between, like, the kind of microphone you use on stage that amplifies your voice, but you're still, like, right there where the voice is supposed to go, and the kind of microphone that, like, records it and then transmits it.
That sounds totally different.
I don't know how microphones work,
I bet it does, though.
but...
I also bet the voice quality is not as good, like...
Well, because they do use, like, small microphones like this on stage.
You're correct, actually.
But I do think that it's a different mechanism than an earpiece that's used to transmit
Exactly.
long distances that doesn't amplify, but it's supposed to take what you said and put it somewhere else, but at a lower volume, like the same volume or lower volume, so that only one person can hear it. Yeah, she's very athletic, and
again, they did this for... Why?
For why? So I used this. So you were singing the whole time?
That's insane.
Even when you were crawling above the ceiling toward the... So, and also, they absolutely... I don't think there's any world where they could have used the same kind of microphone that they used to, like, earpiece talk between each other. To project throughout the whole... Even when you were...
you just connected to the speaker, that's fine.
Even when you were crawling above the ceiling toward the backstage? Why should it matter where I sing when everywhere I go is the same darkness?
The explanation? I'm blind. What? But if you were singing while you were walking...
That's right! Wouldn't the shooter and the victim have heard?
That's not the problem!
She was singing right over their heads
That's
after
true,
all.
like...
That is right. Are you sure? You'd have to be pretty hard of hearing to miss someone singing in the ceiling. Once again, we come back to the state of the scene of the crime. What state?
Ah, I know what he means. That old speaker, Apollo.
The speaker?
Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
okay, so they thought it was coming from the speaker?
And there was no echo at all. There was absolutely no echo for it being transferred to two different places.
Yeah, because now the sound, it goes like, you know, there's the sound that's directly above you happening in real time, and then there's the sound going through the earpiece and then through the speaker.
And I couldn't tell the difference.
And speaking of,
And they couldn't hear her.
Another thing about a
through the
microphone is that it's in real time.
Yes.
I feel like there's gotta be some amount of lag.
Yup.
If you're transmitting the sound, even just like a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That speaker was blaring at the time of the murder.
Ah, that's for monitoring the stage from this room.
Monitoring?
It pipes in real-time feed from the stage microphone.
Oh yeah, and there was also no echo of that it's blaring the music that's on stage through the speaker. That would definitely be picked up by her microphone and also
Oh
sent.
God, you're right. Oh my God. Oh my God.
That's so much. That performance must have sounded like ass.
Also, again, you could hear someone crawling through the vent. Useful for knowing when your set is coming up.
I really want to do a recording of like
I
we
know,
take the
I
audio
know.
from that and then like record on a little microphone crawling while singing. Useful for knowing when. Oh yeah. Satisfied.
No.
That dressing room was fitted with a large speaker playing a direct feed from the stage. At my request, actually. So Lamoureux singing in the ceiling sounded just like Lamoureux singing over the speaker?
Ingenious! Her voice was hidden by her voice!
And oh yeah, and then also, because the speaker is probably on a little bit of a delay from what's actually happening, so she sings, and then it comes through the speaker just a little bit later, and then probably goes back through her. Lamoureux! I have just remembered something.
Great. Do tell!
When I heard the noise, the gunshots, yes, it startled me, so I stopped singing.
What?
I forgot the words I was supposed to sing. The song stopped? Thankfully, it was the very beginning of the second verse, so not many would notice. Forehead! That mixing board I lent you, where is it?
You lent that to him?
I put it back.
That machine, Apollo! The one that breaks music into tracks!
It breaks the music.
Oh, this! I'd completely forgotten about
This
it.
has been my pocket the
With
whole
the
time.
audio quality from that song, I don't think breaking it would do much to
No, it
hurt.
sounds perfect.
Let's take a listen.
Oh.
Sugar, oh, that night in your embrace. I can't sing. My voice is too tired from Apollo. You're not dancing.
Oh. Oh.
The song does stop there!
It does? I must have missed it.
Look at the lyrics sheet at the top of the second verse. See where it says pleasure, pleasure? Now, listen to the whole thing again. God, wait a second. Just one second. I can't run it back or run it forward because that would go too far.
This is evidence indeed. I believe we are guilty of making a terrible mistake.
The crime didn't happen during the third set. It happened during the second, during Lamroy's ballad.
If that is true, then no one on stage during the second set could have been the shooter.
Yeah, I don't think that they're ever even going to mention the fact that there was no reason for her to be crawling through the vents if they were using a double.
Wow.
That,
I mean, they can't mention it and then not have a reason.
That's true.
Anyway.
Which means that Darian Crescent could have done it!
And Machi couldn't have.
He was on stage for the second set!
Machi not guilty.
Well, Prosecutor Gavin? Fascinating. I don't believe I've ever seen a trial turned around quite so thoroughly. Yet one problem remains.
What's that, Prosecutor Gavin?
Her forehead's theory does have a certain kind of logic to it.
A bad guy.
Yet it is entirely based upon Lamoureux's testimony.
Still, but is there a problem with this? It's
Well,
backed up by
it's
the
quite
evidence.
simple, though it pains me to say it. What if she is lying to protect the defendant?
Why'd she mess up the song?
But you have no proof! Maybe because she sucks and everyone sucks and I'm the only one in this whole fucking who gives a shit about music!
Prosecutor Gavin.
All I'm saying is that the truth is yet unclear. Until we hear directly from the man himself.
The man? You don't mean...
Yes. Though he is a friend and band member, Darian Crescent must take the stand. I see no other way.
As someone with a new perspective on the case?
As a suspect, to be frank.
Oh.
Finally, the rat's coming out of his hole, and I am ready to catch him. Darian Crescent, get ready for justice. Rah!
This is as good a time as any to pause for a brief recess.
Okay.
The prosecution will summon the witness. Have him here and ready by the time we begin.
I'm the last man who needs to be reminded of what his duties are.
Very well. Court is adjourned for a 15-minute recess. Okay. I take a break.
Okay. I don't know how me freaking out earlier. I hope it wasn't too hard on the audio. It was probably fun. Alright. I'm gonna bring it to this screen. July 10th still. So we can still do it today. But we are gonna take, you want a 10-minute? Mark, we'll do a 10-minute recess. Alright. See you in a second. Mari's still gonna take a second. I do want to say when she gets back, though, something that I noticed. We were on break that I hadn't noticed, before. Which is a lot, like, the most, loud thing that would definitely have been picked up on Lamoureux's microphone, which is the 2 gunshots. No one heard that? No one heard that?
I'm here.
That?
I'm not ready though.
You don't want to start yet then?
No. not
Okay.
yet.
So, Darian.
Oh.
So, what is the actual proof we have, aside from Lamoureux's, testimony? We have, well, we know she dropped her brooch. That just means she was crawling through the vents. She messed up the song, but she could, it actually would be so convenient if it showed during the performance that obviously there were gunshots. Because then we could just point to that and be like, hey, the gunshot. Yeah, I guess we don't have a ton of evidence. Well, we have that she mentioned the switch. And there's no way she would have, like, known about the switch. And that there was, like, even something like this happening. That's such, like, a, like, I mean, like, I don't think that anyone, like, mentioned that to her or anything. So, I mean, like, we were the only ones who knew about the remote trigger. So, she couldn't have made that up. Unless, I guess, like, she was the one who used it originally. But in that case, like, she's probably the murderer, right? Or at least she's, like, heavily involved in a way that, like, maybe she's the murderer instead of the little tiny boy. And so that would also mean Machi is not the murderer. But, yeah, I don't know. We don't have that solid evidence of that she witnessed it and that it was during the crime.
We don't have anything on Valent, but now he actually does have an alibi. Because he was there.
Yeah, that's true. I would love to know more about the magic, and we don't get this information, like, where did he go after he disappeared?
Hmm?
Where did Valent go after disappearing off the stage? Where is he hiding?
Didn't disappear.
What do you mean?
That was her. It was her there. She went in the vents, and then he came up.
He was... What? No.
What do you mean?
I don't think that's how...
You think he somehow got from there to there?
No, neither of them got from there to there.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, where did he go after he disappeared?
When did he disappear?
I think he was there at first.
And then it was Lamoureux?
Yeah, because otherwise, why? Well, I mean, either way, there's no reason for her to be crawling in the vents.
Well, that would actually make sense.
Well, yeah, because she dropped her brooch. And the one at the end had no brooch. That was her. She definitely was the second one.
I thought... Okay. No, that makes sense. Alright. That clears something up from earlier that I was confused about.
But where did Valent go? That's not important, but it's something I'd like to know.
We went in the vents. Wait. So wait, when was she crawling through the vents from? Why was she
2 minutes before?
Why wouldn't she just start at the top if that's her?
I know! It doesn't make sense. And in the other way, where it was Valent second, she still has no reason to crawl through the vents.
Yes.
Either way, she has no reason to crawl through the vents. It doesn't make sense.
Yes.
Apollo! I can't believe it! It really happened during the second act? And right in the middle of Lamoureux's performance?
The reason why she was in that air vent, and that switch, and the flaming like, it's truly unacceptable levels of bad case writing. And that switch, and the flaming guitar. When you link it all together, that's what you end up with.
Oh, fuck.
He's here!
You distracted me. I knew this was coming, and you distracted me
How so?
by talking about things. I knew you had what it took.
Ah, Daddy!
Mr. Wright, you believed in me?
Not really.
Oh, huh?
I just thought that'd make a cooler entrance than say, hiya.
Why do I even bother hoping?
Where have you been lately, Daddy? You haven't been coming to the office at all. Slap, slap!
Sorry about that, Trucy. I'm on a secret mission.
Secret? You mean like you're undercover?
Like Mr. Latouche, only shorter and not as well dressed.
Oh no! What if you're shot too, Daddy?
Whoa! Would I do a thing like that to you? Anyway, I'm off for a while again.
Oh, you're leaving?
Oh, one thing before I go.
What?
Good luck.
Right. Is that all you came to say?
I think you have things pretty much under control. You'll get Machi Tobaya off the hook, no doubt.
Yeah, but
You already proved he couldn't have done it. But you're after that detective, aren't you?
Darian Crescent.
It won't be easy proving he did it. Especially not under this current court system.
The current court system?
What did Prosecutor Gavin say during the trial? Your case is based on one fragile assumption. Namely, that our Diva Divine is telling the truth.
But what about all the proof? The brooch and the switch.
A piece of jewelry and a lyrical blunder. There are plenty of other ways to explain these things. The flaming guitar, too. All because you lack definitive proof of their connection to the case.
But,
If the sultry songstress is lying, your case melts like butter in a frying pan, leaving behind the faintly singed scent of failure.
so what do I do?
Like I said, good luck. And be aware that it will be impossible to prove his guilt by conventional methods. Oh, that reminds me. I have something to give you from our detective friend.
Detective Sky. Emma.
Let's see. This bag of snacks here was meant for me. Ah, here it is.
What are those, Daddy? They don't look like very good snacking material.
They were found at the scene. Analysis of the fragments revealed traces of gunpowder.
Gunpowder?
Probably a firecracker or something similar, like the ones kids are into these days.
These days.
These fragments were found under the sofa of the scene of the crime, actually.
Under the sofa.
Hey, Apollo! That's where we found that little device thingy.
Why didn't we
Right.
find those when we
This.
found that? That's suspicious.
Well, finally some evidence that makes sense. God, I've got itchy hollow forehead. My bangs are tickling my forehead, making me itchy.
That's all for me, I suppose. See you after the verdict. Maybe.
Oh shit!
Oh no! OBS studio disconnected.
It was fine before. Hello? Is it good now? It's going back up to normal. Let's hope that was a one-off OBS disconnection.
Okay.
Right.
Every man has an igniter inside him.
Excuse me?
Find Darian Crescent's igniter and set it off.
What? No, you don't. He walked out the door, just like a magician. Normal.
What does he want us to do?
We're good.
No conventional methods? What does that mean?
I guess we just have to take his advice and hope it makes sense when the time comes.
I guess.
We're almost at the finish line. Hang in there, Trucy. July 10th, 1:55 p.m., District Court, Courtroom number 3.
Court is now back in session. Prosecutor Gavin, where is Detective Crescent?
In the witness lounge, ready to be called at any time.
Very well.
Might I add, I don't believe any of this. Darian was the first detective I ever worked with. We stopped working together when he moved to Criminal Affairs Division 3. But his guitar playing fires my imagination. That's nice, but it has nothing to do with the matter at hand. Correct? Oh, I know. Her forehead.
Very well. Call the final witness to the stand. Detective Darian Crescent.
Name and occupation, please.
Darian Crescent, Detective, Criminal Affairs Division 3. That's the International Affairs Division, for those of you who didn't know. And I'm a guitarist for the Gaviners. Maybe you've heard of us? You fully understand the crime took place at the concert. We all know who you are. Do you fully understand the circumstances under which you stand before us today? Yeah, I understand, Your Honor. What I don't understand is how you let this happen, partner. You gave me your word I wouldn't be standing here.
The situation's changed, Darian. And don't call me partner.
So much for old friends.
I see what you're doing, Darian. You're pressing the prosecution. What? Your Honor, if we could begin the trial... Ow! Stop! I have makeup on.
Yes, it's high time we did. Let's hear your testimony. You may begin with your response to Lamoureux's testimony, if in fact you have anything to say about it. Oh, I got plenty to say. Lying must be a national pastime in Borginia. And wherever you're from, Mr. Justice. Ha!
Conventional methods are out the window, huh? Here goes nothing.
The diva's lying, plain and simple. She's got nothing to back up her story. In the first place, she never heard my voice. She forgot the words because she heard gunshots? As if. Didn't Detective Emma Skye hear those gunshots during the third set anyway? The shooting took place when I was on stage, man. So you claim Lamoureux's testimony was a lie? Hey, don't get me wrong. I dig what she's doing, trying to protect that kid. And she's got the coordinating vague statements out of her hand just because she's blind? What?
You go too far, Darian.
I would never be ableist.
I would never be ableist.
Look, all I'm saying is you've got a reliable witness. Why not listen to the detective? Detective Skye? I see. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination.
He didn't waste any time finding our weak spot. I can't do this with Lamoureux's testimony alone. I'll have to find some other way to prove when the shooting took place.
The diva's lying, plain and simple. Okay.
In the first place, she never heard my voice.
Press that.
Yes, she did. She said that. You never talked to her, even though you were playing the same concert?
Not a word, as far as I can recall.
But weren't there planning sessions or something?
Gavin took care of all that himself.
Darian wasn't involved in any of the meetings with her. Ah!
As if you can just go around remembering everyone's voice like that anyway. Only an idiot would believe that.
Lamoureux's hearing is very sensitive. She could remember him if she heard him, I'm sure of it. I just can't prove it. And I need proof.
She forgot the words because she heard gunshots. Emma...
Popper.
Popper?
Papa.
You're just gonna present it?
Popper. Popper.
Huh?
Popper. Some things were found at the crime scene after yesterday's trial.
What things?
The first was this small device. That's the remote triggered igniter. Correct. And one more thing.
What are those? The remains of something burnt? Not another guitar, I hope.
Traces of gunpowder were found on these fragments. We have a report that it was something like a firecracker.
Oh, okay. So you did know about it. Why did Phoenix deliver it to him?
How did Gavin know about this?
Yeah.
What? You think Detective Skye works for you? I received the report this morning, before coming here. That's when I made my decision, actually.
What decision is this, Prosecutor Gavin?
I registered Darian as a witness in today's trial. Just in case. This raises another possibility. Those gunshot-like sounds during the third set? Could have been 2 firecrackers rigged to go off by remote control.
Ha ha! You got an active imagination, don't you? But you shouldn't say every little thing you think. Your explanation there seems a bit too convenient for me.
How so?
So you're saying these firecrackers just happened to go off right when 2 witnesses came walking by? Ha!
That's right! Darian was out on stage when it happened, Apollo. How would he know someone was backstage right then?
If a firecracker goes off in the forest and there's no one there to hear, you get my drift? Why go through the trouble, man?
Ah! How do I explain this? You may not look it, but Darian is a gifted detective. Show any weakness, and he's sure to find it.
He may not look it, partner? Gee, thanks, man.
That reminds me. I happened to pass through that very hallway several times that day myself. And I saw something odd there just before the 3rd set. Something odd? A headset, the kind all of the band and staff members were wearing. That's right. We picked this up in front of the door to that dressing room.
I thought they would let us point that out.
What if that headset wasn't dropped, but placed? And what if it was turned on? You could hear what was going on in that hallway, even if you were out on stage.
Whose side are you on, Gavin?
Listen to me, Darian. There are no sides in a court of law.
Yes, there are.
Which is why I now turn to you, Hair Forehead. I have a question for you. Huh? For me? The igniter and the burnt fragments that were found at the scene of the crime. It's certainly a possibility that they were part of a ruse to fake the sound of gunshots. Throw the headset from the hallway into the mix and you could fabricate an alibi. But we're still no closer to proving anything. Those gunshots might have been real or fake. We can't say. You've raised the possibility that the shots heard during the 3rd set were faked. Now you need to prove the other half of the case. The other half?
Look, I'll just tell him. He wants you to prove the thing went down in the 2nd act. Well, our little piano player was on stage. That right, Gavin?
Indeed. If you can't prove that, then to continue this cross-examination would be pointless.
Well, Mr. Justice, can you prove the crime took place during the 2nd set?
Yeah, I think.
You better know, Apollo, otherwise we're through.
It can be proven. You make it sound like someone else is going to come along and do it for you.
Let's continue with the cross-examination then, shall we? Witness, your testimony, if you would.
This isn't going to be easy. I need some decisive proof, and fast.
You ready, kid? 'Cause I am. The shooting took place during the 2nd set. If you're so sure, let's see your proof.
Okay.
Well, what do we have?
Well... Gun...
I have an idea.
Yeah?
Go back.
Go back? Which one?
Mixing board.
The mixing board? We can hear the gunshots. It seems there was clear proof left behind. Right here in Lamoureux's song.
Her song? What exactly is this, a device thingy? A new variety of gramophone, perhaps?
Come on, we just used this. Don't get me started on gramophone. Old. This device was used to record the performance part by part.
Part?
You move the sliders to adjust the volume. Each instrument is adjustable separately, Lamoureux's voice included.
Ho ho! But what does this prove?
According to Lamoureux's testimony, at the moment of the shooting, she forgot the words to the song. Ah, you intend to examine the recording at that moment, yeah? You might even hear those gunshots. Exactly.
Ridiculous. How are you supposed to hear gunshots back in that dressing room out on stage?
Have you forgotten, Darian? We were all wearing these headsets.
Oh.
We were all deeply involved in our performance, but Lamoureux's headset would have picked up what she heard all the same. but not any of her footy footprints, and also not loud enough to be noticeable during the song.
And let's get to analyzing that recording right now.
Lamroy stopped singing when she heard the shots fired. Find that spot and I'll find the gunshot.
I gotta say, a 45 caliber gun has to be really loud, right? You can skip forward, by the way.
Hey! I can't, I can only... Well! Present!
You presented 5.
Listen to this part!
You presented the 5 part. What's this? I hear nothing! How is this possible?
Shit! Wait, the judge can't hear!
I can hear just fine, thank you
He's
very
too
much.
old, he heard nothing.
You pointed at this one that's all turned off! I saw what you were thinking on your face.
Our judge's hearing aside, I too heard nothing. Leading me to believe there is nothing there to be heard. Ah,
No.
fuck!
Damn it. A penalty! You braggart!
Ah!
Mr. Justice, once more if you would.
Okay.
Do it right this time.
Oh, you...
Okay.
This part,
Yeah.
number 1%. Your Honor, listen closely to this part. This is the track with Lamroy's vocals. Kind of quiet.
I did hear something faintly there, yes? Why, it sounded like a gunshot!
I still
what?
think it should have been
This has to be some kind of mistake!
I believe a case has been made. Gunshots were heard during the second set, which means Lamroy's testimony was true.
Gah! Order. So she was telling the truth about what she heard?
It was the other man speaking, not Mr. Latouche.
Well, what did he say?
It's over. Press the switch, now. Just after that, there was a gunshot, and then the guitar caught on fire. Detective Crescent, you weren't on stage during the second set. You could have done it.
But why did we only hear one gunshot on the recording? Weren't 2 bullets fired from this weapon?
Lamroy was moving through the air vent, Your Honor. She must not have been close enough for her mic to catch the first shot. But then, as she passed over the dressing room, the gun fired again, and Mr. Latouche's life was taken. Well, Detective Crescent? Once again I am reminded of something. Our performance that day.
Your performance?
Seeing the mixing board jogged my memory. You were there too, Herr Forehead. What is it with today? Problem after problem. Achtung. My hog won't start, my guitar case is busted. My guitar's been burnt to a crisp, and to top it all off, someone's dead. And then there was that performance just now. What was that all about? This part is off. Which is that? Second guitar? It was you, Darian. I thought it strange at the time. How could you miss such a simple cue? I know you. I know how you play. You're better than that.
Yeah, well, You what? And Prosecutor Gavin, what are you getting at?
I'm talking about the murder weapon. Mr. Latouche's 45 caliber hand cannon. As we have learned, even the shooter doesn't go unscarred with a revolver that size. The kickback is enough to dislocate your shoulder if you're an amateur. Wait, you mean his playing was affected because he hurt himself shooting that revolver?
Ha! You're forgetting something. Yes, Detective Crescent? I am a trained police officer, you know. I've had firearms training, plenty of it. I'm no amateur.
A standard sidearm issued to police officers is a .38 caliber weapon. A much tamer beast. Also, the murder weapon belonged to the victim, Mr. Latouche, which suggests there was a struggle between killer and victim.
So, the killer might not have been holding the revolver correctly when he fired. Is that what you mean?
The thought had occurred to me, yes.
Well, does the witness have anything to say to this? Detective Crescent! What I want to ask is what Mr. Sleeves Rolled Up Ready for Action has to say. Hey, you, attorney.
Me?
Exactly which piece of your evidence is decisive again? You got a little noise on a tape that could be anything. And you have an alleged guitar cue missed due to a .45 caliber kickback. I weep for this case, Gavin, I really do. You can line up your little weak pieces of evidence all you want. I didn't shoot that manager. And that's the obvious truth. The witness has a point. The defense's arguments, while persuasive, are not decisive. I believe we should hear what the witness has to say in response to the case so far. Your testimony, please, Detective Crescent. Tell us your reasons why you couldn't have done it. Come on, why would I even want to kill that manager? You want a reason? Easy. I got no motive, man. This was that diva's first trip to this country, right? How could I possibly know her manager? If I didn't know him, why would I want to kill him?
He knew you were a smuggler!
A simple reason indeed.
You...
Prosecutor Gavin, is it the case that Mr. Latouche had not been to our country before?
According to our records, yes. Not even once.
I see. Very well. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination.
Great. Now I need to find a motive.
He wasn't just a manager, you...
You could press that. I don't know.
Her manager, sure. But Mr. Latouche was...
Oh, right. Sorry, an Interpol agent, wasn't he? I just have trouble picturing that big lunk as an undercover cop, you dig? I'm not a very good one, seeing as he got wasted. Ha ha ha!
That's cool, dog!
Not that it matters either way. See, I had no reason to kill that man, whatever he was. You want a reason? Easy. I got no motive, man.
But that's the same for Machi. No motive was proven for him.
Come on, he traveled around the world with that old fart. He had plenty of time to come up with a motive of his own.
Ugh!
More than I sure did. I mean, think about it. This was that diva's first trip to this country, right?
Darian, you're a detective with international affairs.
Yeah, what of it?
Even if this was Mr. Latouche's first trip to this country, you still could have met him prior to the concert.
Huh?
Or don't you take any international trips in international affairs?
That's right. Well, Detective Crescent? That's your game, is it? Guess I'd better confess then. Confess? Yeah, it's a bit of an embarrassment, but I've never been sent overseas.
What? But you're international?
See, me and Plain's got a difference of opinion. We don't like each other much.
My condolences, Herr Forehead, but he's telling the truth. He's never set foot outside the country, I can guarantee it.
As it turns out, my division has plenty of work to do locally as well.
That's so unfair. They should have sent you tons
I
of places.
possibly know her manager.
So you didn't fraternize with him at all during the concert?
Fraternize? I don't even think we exchanged a single word. As if anyone would want to talk to that old Eastern blockhead. What? Now, the ladies, that's a different matter altogether. So, you see, what? If I didn't know him, why would I want to kill him?
You didn't talk to Lamoureux, despite her ladiness.
I didn't talk to her either. She's old, too.
Do we do it? Maybe cocoon? Maybe smuggling? Your Honor, take a look at this.
What's that? Looks like candy.
Eat it.
It's
not.
No!
Don't eat it.
It's
Don't
not
like
candy.
it. Detective Crescent. Ever seen this before?
Looks like a piece of candy.
No. What it is evidence. Don't lick it before you try it.
Not after the judge put it in his mouth.
Specifically, this is a replica of a cocoon.
A what?
A cocoon.
You say that again?
A cocoon.
A cocoon?
A cocoon. It was found among the victim's belongings.
A cocoon? Never seen one that color.
White.
It has a lot of color. It's iridescent.
It is a variety only found in the... Let me try that again. It is a variety only found in the Republic of Virginia. Nowhere else.
All right, but what is this cocoon replica doing in my guard room? Surely this has nothing to do with a motive for killing Mr. Lettuce. Does it?
It does. Wait, I think it does.
You don't sound so confident, man. A cocoon is one of those silky cocoons.
Is it one of those?
Is it one of those silky cocoons? The kind that you can make what, silk out of?
Not this one. This cocoon makes a powerful curative.
A curative? For what?
Apparently, it is most efficacious at treating a disease thought incurable. It is the only medicine of its kind. However, it is illegal to take one of these healing cocoons out of Virginia.
Whatever for. If it's such a miracle cure, why not share it with the world?
Yeah, that's what I've been wondering.
We looked into the matter at some length. Apparently, it isn't difficult at all to manufacture the remedy from the cocoon. Yet, if you change the process only slightly, you can easily make a large quantity of something else entirely. A deadly poison, in fact.
What?
There was an incident several years ago where some of these got out onto the black market. It caused quite the commotion in the global community.
So, wait. It sounds like the problem is them being illegal.
Because we're only on the black market?
Yeah, where it's not regulated. It sounds like maybe if there were doctors or whoever makes the fucking thing, who made the fucking thing, then it would be fine. Because they wouldn't hopefully mess it up and would be able to test for if they messed it up.
Though the media was largely kept unaware.
Intriguing.
All this has led to a strict ban on the cocoon's
They were already banned! What? Okay, whatever.
One rigidly enforced by Interpol, among others.
Oh, were they using the black market to
Make
for
the
poison?
poison.
Okay.
Scary. Can't let them have that.
It's already illegal to sell people poison, presumably. Whatever. Interpol.
Right! The victim, Romain Lettuce, was an Interpol agent. Detective Crescent, you insist on referring to him as a manager. But that is misleading. Romain Lettuce wasn't killed as a manager. He was killed as an undercover agent.
So I was trying to smuggle this gumball into the country? That what you're trying to say?
I'm saying that could well be a motive for murder.
Oh, so I was going to sell it on the black market, make myself a pretty penny? Ridiculous. I mean, totally unthinkable.
Unthinkable, you say? Why?
Perhaps it's time for another testimony about this smuggling of cocoons business. International Affairs got a memo about these cocoons. Interpol's all hot and bothered about them. Can't sell them on the black market. Too dangerous. Yeah, cocoon smuggling ain't exactly lucrative anymore. Man, I'm in international affairs. I know the deal. Indeed. Interpol wanted these cocoons bad enough to send Mr. Lettuce undercover. You kids think up the craziest things. But no way am I going to risk life and limb just to get my hands on some dirty cocoon money. Not the most noble of statements, but duly noted.
According to reports, these cocoons top Interpol's list. Selling them to an underground organization would be risky.
Very well, you may begin the cross-examination.
This is the only motive I've got. He was up to something, and I'm going to find out what.
International affairs, okay, yeah.
Can't sell them on the black market, too dangerous.
Okay, press that.
Dangerous?
Yeah, Interpol finds you, they arrest you on the spot. Or another marketeer might think you're part of a sting and take you out himself. Times have changed.
But wouldn't scarcity drive up prices?
Yeah, and attention. Every gangster and his brother would want a piece of that action. They'd turn your forehead into Swiss cheese before you could say objection.
Maybe we could get them to cut his hair, too.
Ha!
Who's on trial here again?
Man, you so obviously know nothing about the market.
And that's a bad thing?
Don't even try to mess with me about this stuff. Man, I'm in international affairs. I know the deal. Okay, I have a, so, black market.
Black market.
What if you didn't have to do that?
What if you just sold him to the Chief Justice? And his son? Why not choose a less dangerous buyer then? I would.
How clueless are you? Everyone in the market's dangerous. The second they found out I was a cop, I could kiss my keister goodbye.
Yeah, totally. They wouldn't be like, oh cool, a cop that you can help us. Why sell to a black market buyer? How about someone like this?
That article. That's about the Chief Justice's...
A deadly poison can be extracted from the cocoon, but so can a cure. And not a cure for just any disease, a cure for incuritis, the most incurable disease.
Incuritis? I have heard of that somewhere.
You went to visit a victim of the disease this morning.
Aha! Why, that's the disease the Chief Justice's son has. You are insane.
Our witness is a detective. He would have contact with the Chief Justice.
You are saying the Chief Justice would never deal in contraband?
Not even to save his own son's life?
Oh. But even if the deal went through, why, it'd be an international scandal.
That's Detective Crescen's insurance. If word ever got out, the one with his neck on the line would be the Chief Justice.
Detective Crescent, is this true? First I'm a murderer, now I'm a smuggler.
No, you're both.
How many crimes are you trying to pin on me anyway? Distasteful as it is to think about, if the Chief Justice were the buyer, why, a seller couldn't hope for a better deal. A very cowardly seller. Don't let sleeves over there trick you. So I made a deal with the Chief Justice. Where's your proof?
Well...
Oh yeah, and you're forgetting one other important thing.
Do tell.
Interpol isn't the only ones out there watching this. Virginian Customs barely sleeps, they're so worried about cocoons getting out. So we were informed. Let's continue with the cross-examination. Virginian Customs is very thorough. Everything and everyone gets checked.
There's not information.
Let's press this at least.
Yeah. Just how strict is this customs check?
Way strict. They keep planes on the ground for hours.
I do recall it being a bit extreme. They were even confiscating gumdrops and marshmallows.
Yes.
From little
it
babies.
would be hard to distinguish them.
No, it wouldn't. Gavin was in Virginia, wasn't he? I remember setting off the metal detectors several times. I had to practically strip naked to walk through. Here's a travel tip for you, Gavin. Leave the bling at home, you glimmerous fop.
Cocoon possession will get you arrested on the spot, and then sentenced to death. Hey man, if there's a way to get cocoons out of there, I'd sure like to know- What? What?
He's a cop.
Okay, I
You're
guess...
in a position to know quite a bit about smuggling.
Yeah, I need to know a bit for work, sure. But all we get are reports on the failed smuggling ops. Not exactly something you want to go copying. But if you want, I can tell you a few of them. Maybe you'll succeed and get rich. I would be interested in hearing, purely from a legal perspective, of course.
I weep for our judicial system. The replica has to be the key to his motive. There's gotta be a way to find out what he was up to. Okay. I'm gonna press all, and then
Sure.
if that doesn't... That's pretty extreme.
Virginia has this rep as an idyllic, laid-back place. Truth is, they're beyond hardcore with security.
The Republic of Virginia is a peaceful, pleasant country. So this level of security shows us how truly concerned they are about these cocoons.
That's the situation.
Okay.
Hey man, if there's a way to get cocoons out of there, I'd sure like to know.
Actually, there is one way.
What?
One way to get something out of the country, no checks.
What is it?
You become a prosecutor.
A prosecutor?
I don't believe it. Believe it, Prosecutor Gavin. What was it that you told me yesterday at your office? It was a beautiful instrument. It was played laughingly for many years. A guitar befitting a woman like Lamoureux.
How did it end up here?
I mentioned how much I enjoyed playing it that night, and she made a present of it.
So this guitar is from Virginia?
That it is. We couldn't carry it on the plane. Changes in air pressure and humidity ruined the wood. So, we vacuum packed it in Lamoureux's studio. I use a special shipping service available to me for transporting evidence. They brought it right up to my office for me. Pristine and untouched. Did I get that right, Prosecutor Gavin? Untouched? Quite. The guitar was wrapped in several sheets and vacuum packed in Virginia. The pack was untouched until the day of the concert. Are you saying that guitar was... With cocoons this small, it would have been very easy to use your guitar as a mule to smuggle a cocoon out of Virginia.
What?
Which reminds me, Prosecutor Gavin, that guitar had some work done on it recently, right?
Work?
Good memory, her forehead. Well, you know how guitars have a round hole in the front? It is called the sound hole. Well, they found something attached to the wood just inside the hole. A broken device of some sort.
A broken device?
Yes, this in fact.
An igniter?
Exactly. Consider this, if you will. What if that igniter wasn't the only thing that was attached inside your guitar?
You mean...
He means this, of course. There was a way to get a cocoon out of the country. They could use picky Prosecutor Gavin's privileged guitar as a mule. And who better to do that than someone with access? Like a member of the band.
Yark!
Yark.
Yark! Order! So the igniter
Was placed in there for a clear reason, it seems. It was a safety precaution.
a precaution?
Her forehead. At last, it all comes together. Every strange thing that happened that day. Care to review? Maestro, those gentle sounds. First, my keys were stolen. A harmless misdemeanor. Which forced me to break the lock on my guitar case. The key was stolen to retrieve the cocoon from the guitar.
I see.
But things didn't go so well. The smuggler wasn't counting on the guitar being wrapped. Only a member of the band could get near that case. Unwrapping the guitar would raise too many suspicions. Then the concert began. Right about this time, a very large problem presented itself to the smuggler.
What's that?
Mr. Latouche.
Ah!
Mr. Latouche, an undercover agent, was onto something. He would have known about the guitar. He'd only have to check the shipping records. So, Mr. Latouche tried to examine the guitar himself. If the cocoon were confiscated then, the gig would be up. The only thing left for the smuggler to do was to get rid of the whole lot.
It's over. Press the switch. Now.
The guitar burst into flames, and the cocoon was lost. And then... Mr. Latouche died. with Lamoureux there to witness it. There's your case.
Brilliant, man. Detective Grayson, I gotta know. You make all that up on the fly?
For a made-up story, it makes a great deal of sense, Darian.
The Republic of Virginia? Sorry, man, but I haven't even been there.
True, you haven't.
Ha! Let's see you make up a story for that kid. How'd I hide the cocoon in the first place, huh?
It's not so hard to imagine. You had help, a Virginian accomplice. That's all. That you had an accomplice was clear from the start. The voice Lamoureux heard proves it.
It's over. Press the switch. Now!
You made this transmission from backstage, while your co-conspirator was on stage.
But who was it?
This is it, the coup de grace. And for once I know what I'm doing. There's only one person who could have helped him.
No, don't do it. Let's hear what Mr. Justice has to say then. But be warned, with a great accusation comes great responsibility. Make up your answer on the fly, as it were, and you'll be harshly penalized. Are you ready, Mr. Justice? Who was the smuggler's accomplice? No,
Baby.
No, don't do it. No.
Turns out he isn't blind and can understand English. There is only one person who meets all of the requirements of the accomplice. And that person is the defendant, Machi Tobaye.
But Mr. Justice, he's your client. A defense attorney accusing his client? That's a new one.
I assure you, no one is more unhappy about this than I. But I am here to defend him in the murder of Mr. Latouche. And I stand by my statement earlier that he is innocent of that particular crime.
Indeed. The defendant is Borginian. He does meet the basic requirements to be the accomplice. But what if it was, in fact, Lamoureux?
It couldn't have been.
Well, you seem sure of yourself.
The reason is electronic signals, Your Honor.
Electronic signals?
Recall that this remote only works on a range of 30 feet.
I kind of thought they were going to say she's blind.
Beyond that, it's useless.
Yes, that's true.
Now think back to the testimony. When the shooter made his transmission, Lamoureux was in the air vent, right above the dressing room where the shooter stood. Let's look at the stage diagram. This is the area that the remote could reach from the air vent.
Well, looking at this, it seems that Lamoureux still could have done the deed.
No! When the shooter made that transmission, the stage was slightly different than shown here.
Well, you should have edited it before you started.
It was in the middle of the guitar Serenade. Part of the stage was raised.
We saw the video.
Prosecutor Gavin and the Lamoureux stand-in were in the air.
Okay, so that is valid there.
Yep.
All right.
They were on a tower which happens to be 15 feet tall. In other words, the remote couldn't have worked from Lamoureux's position in the air vent.
Ah!
Well, Detective Crescent, what do you say to that?
Your Honor? Yes, Detective? Can we see the video where Gavin's guitar burns? Just one more time. Well, I don't see why not.
What? Don't tell me he has a way out of this.
He's not even playing it.
He's just going...
Too bad. So sad, punk.
Punk? First you were sleeves, then kid, now punk? You're losing rank fast, Apollo.
What exactly were we supposed to see in this video?
The problem isn't in what we see, correct, Darian?
Right. It's what you hear. We are musicians, after all.
Care to explain for us non-musicians?
Sure thing, punk. Let me get your yarn straight first. You're saying I ordered the wee pianist to set off that igniter? That right?
Yes?
Well, in order to do that, he'd have to press a switch. Am I right?
Okay.
Well, take another listen. Pay attention to the piano.
Piano? I was listening to the piano and I heard a little something, I think.
What seems to be the problem there? The piano sounded just fine. And that's the problem. Man, you still don't get it?
Ah!
Yeah, how's he supposed to hit the switch if he's playing? You've got Miss Diva, the guitar, the bass, the piano, and the drums. The only one with her hands free was the diva.
Lemon, why?
But according to you, she couldn't have been the accomplice, could she?
Ah!
Your accomplice would have had a hard time helping out. If they couldn't even press a switch.
Ah! Ah!
Why are we just hearing it again?
The piano plays non-stop!
Yeah, I did hear it play non-stop.
He couldn't have pressed that switch.
Well, Mr. Justice, the piano does seem to be playing when the guitar catches fire.
Well,
It's okay. We all make mistakes sometimes.
Apollo, were you wrong?
I can't be wrong. Everything makes perfect sense. How could it all just... Strange. What's strange? No, it's just... Something's odd about the performance there. Odd?
Mr. Justice, if Machito Baye didn't press that switch, then he could not be the accomplice you claim he is.
But everything points to it. Every fact says he's the accomplice.
You got the facts wrong, man. Here's some facts for you. Gavin's guitar is on fire, but the pianist didn't press that switch. In other words, your story is full of holes. Mr. Justice, let's hear your final opinion on this matter now. Was the defendant, Machito Baye, the accomplice? Your answer will reflect on everything you've said here. Give it some thought.
Apollo, if Machi's not the accomplice, then our whole case is ruined.
I know that. It has to be him. He was the only one who could have helped the smuggler, and when we asked him about smuggling the detention center, he was like, ah! Don't ask me about that. I'm scared. He had to have pressed that switch.
Well, you better find a way to prove it.
Ah! What do I do? What do I do?
There has to be something that doesn't fit. Something odd.
Something odd. Wait a second.
What? You thought of something?
What was Kevin saying just now? Strange. What's strange?
Just heard.
No, it's just something's odd about the performance
Also,
there.
Tricia just said exactly the same thing.
It's not much to go on, but it's all I've got. There's something odd about the performance there. What exactly did he hear that was odd?
Maybe he should have said it. Have you come up with something, Mr. Justice?
I would never.
May I remind you that everything rests on this. Can you prove Machito Baye pressed that switch? Let's hear your final answer. Can you prove that Machito Baye pressed the switch?
Yeah! I don't know if you call this proof per se, but I can prove it was possible. Then, as prosecutor, it falls to me to ask you to show us evidence supporting this. Hair forehead, you're sure about this?
Ha! Accept it. There's no evidence, man. Let's see your evidence, Mr. Justice. On what do you base your claim that the defendant pressed that switch?
Soundboard!
It's this again.
It's just a soundboard every time. The basis for my claim is music, Your Honor.
Music? What about music? Oh my god!
Let's listen to the piano part. Around the time when the switch was to be pressed.
Right before the guitar burst into flame. Ah! Oh, this music, okay. I hear a piano being played.
But doesn't it sound kind of simple?
Simple?
Ah, I think I know what he's suggesting. You think Machi could have played that part with one hand?
One hand?
He only needed one hand to press that switch. He could play the piano with the other.
Ha! What, so you're some kind of piano savant? You
Actually,
fucker.
no.
Then what do you know? You can't play a part like that with one hand?
Maybe I don't
Have you heard
know
of
what
foot
I'm talking
pedals?
about.
Have you heard of fucking foot pedals? He could have fucking played that with one hand.
Wait, I know. Hey, Trucy.
Yeah? You got something?
Mr. Wright, your
Sorry, was
father.
that loud?
He's a pianist. Could he?
Oh, Daddy? He couldn't play a part like that even if he had three hands.
So sorry. So sad for you.
No, not really.
Huh?
That was just the easy way to prove it. There's always the hard way.
Man, how are you going to prove whether he played it with one hand or two? You can't!
I admit it will be rather difficult to prove, but it's highly likely he was playing with one hand.
How do you know that?
The clue is what Prosecutor Gavin described as sounding odd. What sounded odd? I'll bet we can tell by listening to a certain part of the song.
No. No way. Well, it seems we've come to the moment of truth at last. Oh my goodness.
Ugh.
Let's hear what Mr. Justice has to say for himself.
Just a second.
What are you doing?
I close this screen.
Show us the part that proves the defendant was playing with one hand, right before the guitar burst into flame.
Machi was definitely playing one-handed just before the guitar caught fire, and one section of the song proves it.
The very beginning? Anyway, you gotta turn all the other things down. It was 4 that's him.
Yeah. Blink.
And make sure to click on 4 so you don't accidentally present 5 again.
I didn't hear it.
Me either. So turn Lemurai up just a little bit. So that we know where we are.
Yeah.
This might take a while, sorry. Okay, now go back to the beginning.
Yeah.
Go, play. Yeah, I think that's more. Anyway, present his part on the first one.
On the first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Make sure you click on click on 4.
Prosecutor Gavin, I'm sure you've realized this by now. Just what it was that sounded odd to you. As I'm sure you've realized it yourself, Hair Forehead.
Realized what?
I'll demonstrate. Let's listen to the part in question again. Pay particular attention to but a fleeting melody phrase.
Man, how many times do we have to listen to the same thing?
You're right. Enough of that. Let's listen to another section, shall we?
Another section?
The guitar burst into flame at the end of the second verse. Let's listen to the same spot in the first verse. Pay attention to "Oh, that night in your embrace."
Did you hear it that time?
No.
Play verse 2 again!
Did you hear that?
They feel the same, true, but they're clearly very different. What? They're not that
I
different.
can't hear that. Well put, Your Honor. The phrase in verse 2 is quite simple, but the same phrase in verse 1 has high and low notes. You'd have to use 2 hands to play that for sure.
What's that prove?
I would think you'd know that by now.
This is why I hate dealing with amateurs, man. So the 2 verses are different arrangements. Happens all the time.
Not this time, Darian. There's no point in changing an arrangement if you can't hear it clearly. And that wasn't the point. I had him play specifically so that the piano would stay in the background.
Oh!
That was what I noticed. Why should the same phrase sound slightly different, I asked myself. Now ask yourselves why Machi changed how he played. And there's only one answer. He needed a free hand in order to press the switch.
No! Kirk! I'm gonna kill you. Harder. Not you, him. I believe this ties all the facts together. Well, Prosecutor Gavin?
Yes, quite. Though personally, this comes as a terrible disappointment. What? No comeback? I can't believe it. I finally did it. I shut him up.
Very well. Barring an objection from the prosecution, I will now state the court's opinion on this matter. Good show, Sleeves. No, great show.
It's not over. I don't like it when he looks so happy.
You tell him, Gavin. Tell him what's so disappointing.
Personally, I'm terribly disappointed. In you, Herr Forehead. Huh? Me? Yes, don't get me wrong, your case is solid. The facts all check out, but even now, you have yet to show us a single piece of decisive evidence. Yeah, but the facts! Anyone can see it was him.
Unfortunately, anyone does not include the law. I'm afraid your case doesn't cut it.
But
1,000 facts might point toward the same conclusion, but without decisive evidence, it's not proof.
show me your fucking decisive evidence. Machi did it, you motherfucker.
That's the rule under our current legal system.
I don't believe it.
It does not seem as though the defense has any more evidence to present. Oh, I think if we did, we would have already seen it a long ways back. It is unfortunate, but at present, this court is unable to acknowledge your accusation.
What? The truth is staring us all right in the face. Why can't they see it? What's the point of a legal system that protects criminals? That's definitely the problem here, and not the fact that Machi is very innocent and we can't just have him go home now. Well, maybe not home.
Apollo, remember what Daddy said?
It won't be easy proving he did it, especially not under the current court system.
So what do I do?
Like I said, good luck. And be aware that it'll be impossible to prove his guilt by conventional methods. Every man has an igniter inside him. Find Darian Crescent's igniter and set it off.
I wonder what he meant by every man's igniter.
I think he just meant a weak spot, no? That kind of thing that a single spark could turn into a wildfire of emotion. I won't be able to press him further by conventional means. I've got to find a weak spot in this guy. Something fatal.
So, can I get back to work now or what? It may look like I've got a lot of time on my hands, but I got no more time to play pretend with this deadweight attorney. Well, Mr. Justice, we've come this far without decisive evidence. This witness won't be coming back to the stand once we let him go.
Every man has an igniter.
Huh?
Didn't you say, the better the guitar, the brighter it burns, Prosecutor Gavin?
What the fuck is this guy talking about?
Yes. Good guitars are kept dry, is why. That provides the best sound. Okay, even a small spark could cause irreparable damage. Your plan has an igniter in it too, Detective. It was there from the very beginning.
What?
Fighting time, Justice. If you blow this one, he'll be out of your hands for good.
Go for it, Apollo!
What, and this igniter's supposed to come burn me up? That's almost poetic there, Mr. Attorney.
All the better. I'm rather fond of poetry.
Shut up, Gavin!
And I intend to hear this one through to the very end. Hair Forehead, you are accusing this man, Darian Crescent, of 2 crimes. The murder of Mr. Latouche and the smuggling of a Virginian cocoon. This is your last chance to prove your case.
This trial has already run on for far too long. Mr. Justice, this will be my last warning. The moment this igniter of yours turns out to be a dud is the moment this cross-examination ends. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then let's have it! Show us the basis for these accusations against Darian Crescent.
Okay, this is really my last chance. They keep saying igniter. The key that will take apart Darian Crescent's plan is probably evidence. Who would we call to the stand, right?
You don't remember?
What?
Okay.
The defense is prepared to show the court evidence.
Ha! Be my guest. Be all of our guests, Mr. Justice. Show us evidence supporting your accusations against Darian Crescent.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, who?
Hmm?
What? Who?
Who?
How?
We presented all of this.
Is it not evidence?
Do you remember how he said that if we had decisive evidence, we would have shown it already? Because that's, and you remember how Phoenix said not by conventional methods?
It was the burned fragments.
This is your igniter? So exactly how am I supposed to react to that?
With fear. He's not flustered at all. I picked a dud. I'm afraid your poetic tale ended up to be a mere fantasy.
Reality bites, Mr. Justice. Penalty!
Ah!
I suppose we should let you try once more. Oh, even though I said that this the cross-examination would be over if you did the wrong thing.
Is your witness? Your igniter isn't a piece of evidence.
Huh? So what is?
It is true that I couldn't show decisive evidence. But perhaps what I needed to prove my case was something else. You mean a witness? Sorry.
What?
I accidentally stuck my hand inside this hole in my shirt, and
Is that your witness?
It confused
Is your witness
me.
your shirt? You fucking...
Proving his guilt is a tall order, but I've got just the person to do it.
Very well, Mr. Justice. Who is this person who can prove Darian Crescent's guilt? They better be tall.
Tall? Tall?
They better be tall.
Tall?
Do you not know? Come on.
Is it Clavier?
It's not Clavier.
Who is it?
It's Machi.
Oh, okay.
He knows. He was an accomplice.
Okay. The one person who can prove the guilt is the defendant.
Your client? Again?
It It just seems weird to call our client here because he could just say anything. It would be good for him to accuse Darian.
It's
and
not
go
about
along
what
with our
he has
whole
to
thing.
say. It's about how that makes Darian feel.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. That's what the point of this
Machito
is.
was an accomplice to the cocoon smuggling plot.
No, I was not.
Without him, Darian Crescent could not have gotten the cocoon.
Furthermore, he can easily prove that the one who plotted to smuggle that cocoon is the real criminal in this case.
How so?
It would require just one of the very cocoons Mr. Lacuzu was looking for. With the cooperation of the Republic of Virginia, we could burn a cocoon. The burnt cocoon would leave a particular residue. A residue we would, no doubt, also find inside the burnt-out guitar.
That's an assumption. You can't prove that. Very scientific of you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Shut the other guy up forever.
Shut up.
Thus, if Machito Baya acknowledges his agreement with Darian Crescent concerning the attempted smuggling of a Virginian cocoon, the case is solved.
Darian's laughing again.
Your unrelenting passion is remarkable. You really want to get me, don't you? Too bad you'll never be able to.
Why not?
The little key tickler won't acknowledge anything, especially not anything to do with cocoon smuggling. What's all this about?
Taking a cocoon out of the country means death. By Virginian law.
Which is a little, that's really harsh. You don't need to do that. Yeah, see?
They're a good boy, peaceful country, except for when it comes to this one issue, and then you must die.
If our pianist really was a smuggler, then testifying about it would be suicide. Believe me, he's not talking.
But you're wrong, Detective Crescent.
What?
It's the other way around. If Machi doesn't admit to smuggling here, he's in deep trouble.
Huh? How?
Look, if Machi admits to smuggling here, then he'll be tried in our courts by our laws. You don't get the death penalty for smuggling in our country. The victim in this case was an undercover Interpol agent. I'm sure that news has already reached Virginia. And they'll likely broadcast our dealings in court today, including the part about the Virginian cocoon.
Yeah, but...
But if Machi doesn't admit to smuggling now, he'll eventually be picked up by the Virginian police. And it's not like he's in any danger in our court. We're not going to find him guilty of murder here, not now.
What about smuggling? Yeah, but you can't do this. You can't accuse me.
Maybe the law doesn't allow it, but who's going to think you're really innocent after hearing this trial? The same goes for Machito Baya. The cocoon smuggling, your entire plan. Machito Baya knows everything. There's only one way out of it for him, and that's to acknowledge his own crime. A crime of cocoon smuggling.
Don't worry there. I'll get you out of the country. I'll set you up someplace. A hidden mansion? Real nice. You want a house made out of cookies? No. A house made out of pianos? Come on. Please! Don't talk!
This seems a bit extreme of a reaction.
You're extreme of a reaction.
Darian, I consider that my last session with you, we rocked.
You didn't say that right.
I'm guessing we can treat that outburst as a confession.
No.
Uh-oh, he's laughing again.
There's a kind of sick desperation in it now, though. I just want to pause for a second. I've been trying to figure out how his hair works this whole time, and now that it's messed up, it makes even less sense than I thought.
Oh, well, have you been listening to today's trial? Yes, I've been here and it's important. And you'll talk? You'll tell the court everything?
I didn't want it to turn out this way. But I'm not the kind of lawyer here that can overlook a crime. Today's trial was all for your benefit, you know? I see no reason why you should hesitate now.
I knew. From beginning, I knew.
Machi!
Situation. I cannot explain. But money, I needed. Very much money. Today's trial raises a delicate issue with our legal system. The only thing definite in a court of law is evidence. This is the golden rule. However,
It has become apparent that not all things can be tried by this standard.
should another case of this sort surface, we may have to consider an alternate system by which to administer justice. Anyway, Mr. Machi Tobaye. Yes? I promise you will receive a fair trial by the laws of our country. And with regards to the current charges for the murder of Mr. Letouce, this court is prepared to announce a verdict.
Oh, shit.
I thank you.
His eyes are really far
I
apart.
thank you.
And they're kind of really far from the bottom of his
Oh
nose.
no, I am ugly! I only lie. But you see truth. You find truth. Yes, I did. That's our job. Very well.
Can someone make him put his glasses back on?
This court finds the defendant, Machi Tobaye, not guilty!
Yay.
Am I going to jail?
I'm not sure.
Court is adjourned.
They said you won't be sentenced to death, but I don't think that our government has any control over that.
So you can refuse to, like, release the person. He just can't ever go back to Virginia.
Never go back to Virginia.
Also, okay, he's 14.
He's
Is
14.
him really the death penalty? That's not, like, optional?
I wonder what'll happen to Machi.
Well, me that smuggle a cocoon out of Virginia. I guess there'll be another trial here.
All's well that ends well.
Daddy!
I owe you both my thanks. Lamoureux? My, is something wrong? I'm sorry. Machi was your partner on stage, your friend. Yes, I thought of him as my own son. Even now I do. Yet, something got a hold of him. Something evil, I see that.
What?
And he must pay for what he has
What?
done.
For what?
Maybe with his life.
Oh my god.
Is that not how it should be?
What is wrong with you?
I'm still sorry. Do not be sorry. You have
He's
given
14.
me courage.
Oh my god.
Courage? I am considering an eye operation.
It was my suggestion, actually. You know, you can always not be blind.
Oh my god, I never thought of that. You mean you'll be able to see again? It's funny. I have always been afraid of the light. Light seems so harsh, so unforgiving.
According to the doctor, Lamoureux lost her sight due to some kind of accident.
An accident? As you know, I suffer from amnesia. I feared that if I could see, perhaps it would open my eyes to the truth I have been running from. I was scared.
You know what changed her mind? Hearing your defense in there today. She could feel your gaze, unwavering, always looking straight at the truth.
If the light returns to my eyes, I think I will take up painting. Painting?
That's right! She's the landscape painter in sound, after all.
I will paint the two of you. I promise.
Woohoo! I can't wait,
Lamoureux, for when your eye surgery definitely makes you able to see again. It will definitely work perfectly fine and you will become a painter.
I owe you my thanks too, Apollo.
So what specific kind of injury? Thanks, Mr. Wright, but for what?
You reminded me I need to hurry things along. On my secret mission, that is.
Right, your secret mission. Apollo, Trucy, I hope that we will meet again someday soon.
You bet! Me too!
And so, like a ballad, the trial flowed on and on. until it came to the end. Thanks to the trial, the guitar's Serenade was a huge hit. Prosecutor Gavin's even more dazzling to look at now.
Aye.
But there's something I want to say to that guy. Next time you write a ballad,
Have them catch the killer at the end.
Let's Turnabout Serenade! We got an achievement.
oh good.
I guess I'll save.
Oh god.
That's it, baby.
Honestly, maybe worse than I even thought. Worse than I even remembered it was.
That ending sucked.
Oh yeah.
That ending sucked a lot.
It was really bad.
Yeah.
What will happen to Machi? I don't know, but I'm gonna be able to see again.
He deserves to go to jail because he broke
He
the law.
broke the law, and he's a little boy, but something evil got a hold of him, and he needs to be got.
We'll never know what he needed money for, or who maybe could have helped the 14-year-old boy with the money. Does he have parents? Presumably not.
No, he's an orphan, though, specifically mentioned.
Okay, so he's an orphan. Lemurai, he's your own son. Do you have money?
Do you
have any money?
Were you aware?
I guess you need a lot of money?
Were you aware of his need for money? Surely he
Why
must
did
have
he need
said
money?
something to you. How did Darian get in contact with him?
That's a fucking question.
Because, you know, I guess it's like through Clavier or whatever, but then he would have had to go through Clavier.
No, this case is bad.
None of it makes sense.
Some of it is fun. It's bad though.
really bad.
Wow.
It's really bad. Alright, when's the next case? I'm gonna go check my
It's
calendar.
October. I think it starts maybe on October 7th, but I'll let Eaglet, let us know. And that'll be Turnabout Succession. Which I think is a good case. It's definitely better than this one.
It is episode. It's October 7th through to the 9th. Turnabout Succession. This is my favorite Ace Attorney game. It better be good.
You've played it before.
I know, but I don't remember.
Yeah, that's fair.
I just like the characters, mostly.
Yeah. It's got a great cast.
It has some of my favorite characters in it. Christoph and Clavier are my Blorbos.
Apollo and Trucy are great.
Apollo.
I really like
Debut of
Phoenix
Apollo,
in
one of my
this game.
favorite characters. Phoenix is really good in this game. Trucy incredible.
I really like Valent too.
Yeah.
Valent, he's a little underrated, I would say, actually. Yeah.
He's fun.
He's fun and he's cool.
He's cool. It's really cool to hide important information of a case.
Look, there he is.
There he is.
That's him.
He's been shaved.
He's been shaved. And he's been glitched.
Phoenix has not been shaved. He's got a little bit of stubbies.
Yeah, he's had that.
Yeah, I know. I was just noting that he hasn't been shaved.
Yes, that's true.
Well, I don't know what to say, man. We'll see you October 7th.
Or maybe sooner, because that's a while from now.
That is a while from now. I don't know, I don't know all fully how Twitch works, if I can, like, post something about, like, oh, we're gonna stream at some point, or, like...
No.
No. No, I didn't mean to switch to creator dashboard.
No, the only sort of scheduled thing I could find was like a weekly thing.
Uh-huh. Well, I might post about it on my Tumblr. Eaglet does things on Tumblr. So that if you want to go there, maybe I'll try to, if we're gonna plan some stream stuff, I'll post about it there.
If we can figure out how to, maybe emulate the second Zero Escape game, I could make you play that.
Yeah. I definitely could figure out how to emulate that.
Okay, cool.
It's available through the same thing. I was able to play a little bit of Tingle's Balloon Trip of Love. I could definitely figure that out.
Okay, cool.
But so maybe we'll do that at some point. Maybe we'll just play more Peak or other stuff.
Or a different game, yeah.
Or a different game. I don't know if I want to start like a whole game in the meantime.
That's fine. Yeah, maybe that'll be a between this and Dual Destinies thing.
When does Dual Destiny start after this?
April
of
next year.
Yeah. Alright, anyway. We might do some stuff like that. If you want to see, I might post about it on Eaglet Does Things on Tumblr. I also sometimes post fan art and stuff there. I've done some Ace Attorney fan art stuff, and also other fan art, but mostly Ace Attorney. So, bye!
Bye!
Have a good day!
Mm-hmm.